Pataboo, we gotta talk about the aliens. Yeah. こんにちは、こんばんは、こんきつさまでした。みーチャンネルへようこそ。テンマはい、テンマです。あ、ちょっと待って。ピクさん、行くぜ。タンキよ。あとで。Jetkyun, great time with me, Tang. Can't get rid of us that easily. Virus as well. Welcome. Hi. How did you find me, Tenma? How did you find me? I should ask you that question actually. I wanted to make Girira because I thought yesterday I had supposed to stream, but I forgot I actually have 3 days. Can you believe it? Crazy. Hi, Raven-san, hello. Thank you finding me on the TikTok. I use that. Yeah, religiously. Yeah, I post on it every day, did you know? Thank you finding me on the TikTok. よし。So, today I wanted to talk a little bit, a few hours before I go to do my watch along with Kampai-Nikki. It's gonna be in 5 hours and a half. I believe I'm gonna watch Hellboy, so I'm excited to watch that. Konnichiwa. So that's something I'm gonna watch with Kampai-Nikki in the movie. Do you have Instagram? No, I don't. Hi. No, we watched that. I don't wanna watch it again. No. 今月赤瀬さん I don't have TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I'm trying to, but I can't. I just can't. I don't understand the TikTok. OnlyFans? Yeah, hold on. Let me take out my 2D fit pics. How can I have a OnlyFans? Oh, 声出せ. That was a big sound. Anonymous-san, thank you. I am actually an alien. We come from Faye's world. You are right. Huh. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I don't have Tinder. Interesting. Konkitsu, welcome. Usually I don't use Twitch that much, so I was thinking, yaba. Last month I used Twitch 3 times only. And Sakana-san was like, it's okay, but I hope you'll do more. Okay. But what do I do on it? I don't really have motivation to use Twitch. So instead I'm just gonna do the easiest of content. Because I'm lazy on Twitch. I really have no motivation to use Twitch, because Stream Elements application overlay is now working on Twitch, but it works on my YouTube account. なんか変. Everything is reset and upsets me. Yeah. Thank you. BCS content react stream, good one. Is there more? Is there a different easier content type? That's what I think this is, a idea for lazy people. Including me because I do them. So anyone who feels insulted of calling them lazy for doing this, I insult myself. So I am with you. Ah, 声出た。Dodo-san, thank you. 辛い夏ラフ。That's easy of content? No! The 辛い夏 dance. You know? Those videos where those mentally ill people are like Ah, this is my jam! No, そんなリアクション。They are the most stupid. Maybe you're right. Maybe that is the most biggest. Easier content. まあ。Thank you. レオさん、Thank you, ビツ。Thank you kindly. I put more motivation on YouTube, so I'm very happy. Thank you kindly. I would like pizza. Thank you, Dodo-san gift. Bits Jai is gone. It's talking about aliens, so I was thinking maybe we'll be gone for today. Twitch stream, I usually watch YouTube videos. Well, I'm in the right place at the right time then. Yoshmina! You hear that? Welcome to Twitch. Today we're gonna watch videos together. Let me just get out the thing. Okay. Maybe this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna become a little bit smaller. ちょっと待って。少しだけ。よし。So we can watch it together. Still gotta put you down here. So why do I wanna talk about this? Do I believe in aliens? Oh. Yes, no, I don't know. I don't think there is nothing really. I don't believe it's just us because of the theory of having millions and millions of galaxies, infinite theory in the galaxy sphere. You know that theory that there's more. There's multiple more than just one galaxy. There's infinite amount. So I don't believe it's just us. I believe in that equation. But the videos that most people show on YouTube regards proving this, I do believe 90% are fake. Let's be serious. You know which one is fake and which one is not. So I believe in them. I just don't believe in 90% content shown videos because they are fake. Ghosts. Another topic as well. Only if you've seen them or had experience. As well, content shown YouTube. It can be fake most of the time. So it depends. Personal experience maybe and some small video proofs maybe. So. The tick to the chuck. So. So I got some videos from Twitter. I really hope I'm not gonna change topic a lot. I really hope I'm gonna manage to watch everything. Man. Hi. So we'll see. I'm gonna put it like this. Even if it's not the whole video, maybe I don't get in trouble. For many who watched the Twitch video, I will not upload it to the YouTube archive as I am a little bit afraid. So I leave it on Twitch for the 2 months it usually stays up, okay? Just so you know. Just so you know as a warning, kindly, okay? Hi. Let me just... one moment. Let's see. Okay. 1 second. Oh, I forgot to turn off BGM. Just for a little bit. 少しだけでいい。ならん、少しだけでいい。少しだけ、ならん、だららら。だったらななななな。Where is the volume? Can you hear this? Oh! Oh, you can! Fucking merchandise! Fuck off! No. I have merchandise too. Exclamation mark. You're welcome. Early access video. Oh, ちょっと It's a little bit loud. I'm gonna put this here. Hello? What's it got?
I discovered a series in the realm of Local 58.
Can you hear the volume? Is it too low? Does it have CC? Fuck. Fuck! Ah, yes. Give the non-CC videos to the non-English speaker. I'm waiting.
A VHS archive of an ordinary broadcast company.
Hi.
Animal education, storm safety, space knowledge,
綺麗な声
artificial
だね。
intelligence.
いや、全然ありがとう。Is my voice okay or
Among
is
the
it too
topics
low?
presented to us in the form of short educational VHS guides.
Guides.
Tonight, we will envelop ourselves within this fantastic educational series.
Education?
This is Gemini Home Entertainment.
Gemini Home Entertainment. Gemini. It's a program. Space program? A little bit higher? My voice? Oh, the... Maybe it's a bit... Ah. Tenma education! Do not answer knocking at the door. What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Huh.
I'm digging this.
Analog horror? Wait, is this a real
On our
thing?
plate tonight is an analog horror series by an internet creator named Remy Abode, birthed from an alternate reality gone awry.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Containing events stemming from the DOVA-SYNDROME for a brighter future. Gemini Home
Chicken!
Entertainment is a video distribution company ready to take you on an educational
Is that
trip
the
through various
chicken?
avenues of life knowledge. What that knowledge is exactly is unclear at this point in time. But what we do know
Oh,
is
it's a
that something in
game!
reality
This is a
is
game!
out of place.
That's a
Something isn't
game?
right here.
Huh.
The series was born on November
game.
13th of 2019 and has since built up to a total of 16 videos, each with their own surprises and each giving us a different piece of the puzzle as to what's happening within this world. The guides are presented in a VHS anthology format, a far cry from the silent onlooking and broadcast interruptions we experienced in Local 58.
Hi. You
Whoever's
speak
behind
the
Gemini
funny man.
wanted people to see this.
Nice voice,
and
nice
everything
voice.
within each recording is as it should be.
Hi. Whatever you say, funny
Tonight on our
man.
plate, we have the following before us.
I'm listening, baby.
World's weirdest animals, storm safety tips, the deep blue, artificial computer learning, our
Hi.
solar system,
Hi.
camp information video,
Hi.
lethal omen,
Hi.
wilderness survival guide,
Hi.
sleep image visualizer,
Hi.
games for kids,
Hi.
advanced mining vehicle,
Hi.
deep root disease,
Hi.
monthly progress report,
Hi.
Christmas Eve party,
Hi.
home invasion help,
Hi.
and last but not least, Crusader probe mission.
Ah, the Crusader!
Because there doesn't appear to be any sort of established timeline here, we're gonna tackle these in the order of their release date. If you can't
I
tell
watched
by
Don't
now,
Hug Me.
we've got our work
I
cut
like
out for
it.
us. So pop open those Lunchables and grab that Crystal Pepsi.
What's a Lunchable?
We're about to dive into some analog horror.
Lunchable.
This, my friends,
A Lunchable.
is Gemini Home Entertainment.
Gemini Home Entertainment, please. Is this a fucking 2-hour video? I just noticed now it's a fucking 2-hour video. No, you no. I just see now it's a 2-hour video. Let me go on my tweets and see who gave this to me. It's a full documentary. I don't fucking read. I'm illiterate. いや、ちょっと待って。It's a 2-hour video. Can I change the speed? Oh, I can. Did I change the speed? 2 times speed. Let's go. Okay. This sounds like Donkey Kong. Oh.
World's weirdest animals. The video opens by showing a strange and wacky wildlife that inhabits various regions of Minnesota, like chickens and burrowing owls. The images using in line with the video are pretty simple, with the names of the animals being presented alongside a couple facts, all over some calm B-roll footage.
Is that the chicken? No, it's an owl.
The overall tone changes a bit once we make it to the 3-minute mark. Contrary to the prior animals, the habitat for the one upcoming is denoted as everywhere. And if that weren't strange enough, music is non-existent from this point.
Everywhere.
With an ominous dead air.
Hi. 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 No, I understand. Please continue.
And so, the next animal up is something called a woodcrawler. For the next couple minutes, the video explains a bit more about them, like the fact that they found all over North America are excellent hunters, who don't make noise at all, and prefer to have large families for nesting. Apparently they adapt to the environment, although it's unclear what exactly that means.
What does it mean? You will hear screaming. They stole the voices. I think it's a video, not video, a game in video format. A video game! Wait, that's it. I don't think you can have them watch together 3 times speed. Can I? You can't. Oh, you want slower? 1 second, I got you.
Much larger than a human.
I got you. Look at that. That's so cool.
Curiously.
No, I understand.
The video also presented some paradox.
No.
Claiming that
Oh, no, yes.
you will hear screaming.
That's actually more scary to hear. You will hear screaming. That's actually scary.
Lastly, I find it interesting that this creature was described as nature's Yokurin, as that term can be interpreted in a couple different ways. Are woodcrawlers ridiculing like
That's actually more scary.
or are they some kind of absurd imitation of human life? It could be way in this first part, but I'm just curious why that's there, considering how unnatural this creature looks.
すげえ。So alternate reality games. It's video.
We're outside of that same house at night.
What's exactly on ARG?
This time.
It's like
Why?
a project, horror project games. Hello. にゃはろだよ. Oh, it's a man. An alien man. I don't know. Fake. Puzzle game. Occult? Game hidden inside. Puzzle. Something that is kind of scavenger hunt. Investigation.
So, with their bizarre, unnatural behavior, combined with the caption claiming that they're fake people, it's clear that woodcrawlers don't kill humans. They imitate them. This effectively establishes synonomy between the two.
I love Home Alone
somehow involves
3.
taking over their bodies and conforming to the best of their ability.
The only Home Alone I like was the first and the second. The third one is shit. They changed the child actor.
When faced with an outsider that isn't one of their kind,
It's not the same. It's not the same.
A true mockery of nature.
It's never the same without the child. But the actor actually has returned to look normal. He's no longer a drug addict. He looks so healthy and happy. I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of the actor.
Brought to you by Harbinge Technologies. The focus of this video.
Hollywood makes most of children actors have drug addiction, so I'm happy he's becoming better and seeking life. Good
Step 2 advises that you
life
install
decisions.
conveniently, Harbinge Technologies makes.
So I would not blame him for experiences most
Interesting.
Hollywood children stars
The third
have.
step involves building a storm bunker, which should be precisely 18 feet long by 10 feet tall. The tape then advises us to install a 45-foot wide aluminum hemisphere and to place their timber shortwave radio next to it. We're given no further context on why it should be there, but it should.
確かに。I was watching a documentary on this channel called Nickelodeon about most children actors
This next segment explains what to do.
having horrible
Let's first advise to take our
experience
family to the
on it.
bunker, followed by powering on our timber radio.
And also about Disney,
Oddly,
the
when these
dark
sets are shown,
side
the
of
complete state of the table
children
always one,
actors on
it seems to have nothing to the table
Disney.
for construction. Rather, it
That's
tends
so
to flip the viewer out
fascinating.
with claims like, your home doesn't belong to you now. Ignore all sound produced by the radio. They're auditory hallucinations.
I don't wanna go touch it! あれち、ホリブツごめんごめんごめん
Who the hell wrote it?
ごめんごめんごめんsorry. I watched the Nickelodeon drama video because the owner of it, or director, is a feet fetish. So I was like very fascinated. But then he was actually into children feet fetish. Is amazing. So I was in shock. He was fired? I did not know that. I know of the drama. While I'm not positioned to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it because I watch YouTube. So that guy, I hear rumors he made one of the children stars pregnant. Is it true or is it a lie? Did I get tricked by YouTube? YouTube drama? I don't know. GP-san, welcome! Konkitsu! I don't know. It was this drama where one child actor who's been fighting a lot for her rights and money that she got from Disney. But then, so the guy, Fitman, I think also the sexual stuff to her. It's all not alleged. It's not real. I don't know. Do not sue me. I'm anime girl. Anime girls have no rights. You can't sue me. You can't take me seriously. I'm just speaking what I see on YouTube. You can't sue me, okay? You can't fucking sue me. I'm a fucking 2D cardboard anime girl. What I'm saying is bullshit. But anyway, continuing. Hello. Hello, Twin. Is it okay for me to skip Gemini? Is it okay to skip the video? Yes. I hope you don't get angry. If I'll do stream specifically on Gemini, I'll do it because it's long and it's 2 hours. But now I just wanna do small short videos maybe. Thank you. And remember this video, don't you worry, for future. Local TV, local 58 TV, weather service. Emergency alert. Weather warning. Moshimush? Oh, I don't like that noise, but I understand. Camera B. Weather warning. Country weather service issue warning. Metro. Hey, I'm reading here. Hey! Citizen advised not to observe event with the name. I'm reading! Motherfuckers. AM. Civil danger alert. やばいですわ。Your Relax, welcome. For your safe. Fuck. Meteorological event safe for all to view. Warning has been. Go outside now. You can't tell me when to touch grass, you fuckers. You can't tell me to do that. I decide that, not you. Get away from all windows. Face away. Avoid. Look up. I actually looked up. Huh. It's a wall. What color is the grass? Purple. I was too busy looking at Erina's booba. Hi. Not light. I drown in him. I drown in my gacha addiction too sometimes, so it happens. I can explain this IAG. Kindly explain this IAG to me. I think we have become an IAG channel. Huh, that just happened.
Wow!
Wow!
Real alien. What is...
Hey, the mouth. I like your face, funny man. Wow! Wow! Hey, wow! Okay, kindly explain what has happened in the past video for Robo-san. Isn't that where the Sun Bunny came from? 確かに. You know that song that's really famous from anime? 団子団子団子団子団子大家族赤ちゃん団子は幸せに中のLocal 58 is Infinite Tsukuyomi. Well, human race hypnotized, eaten by monsters. Epic. Dango is a story about... Dango, 違う. The moon has story about the bunny coming from the moon? So it can beat up the mochi over there to make delicious moon mochi. If it makes sense, it's cute. So that's what Pipa-chan is at now. She's at the moon. She's gonna come back, brothers. Baron-san, welcome. Thank you. Hi. じゃ。はいはいはい。Hello! Hello! よしよしよしよしよしよしよし。Yes, really nostalgic anime. I really enjoyed that anime. I cried a lot. But it's not as my favorite as Chobits. Chobits is more special to me than that anime. But I still like the song. Just Chobits was more special in my heart. Very ecchi. I was very young watching it, but I still liked it a lot. Hi. Yeah. Let me be with you. Hi. Okay. We get ready to watch some wow aliens. Hi. I'm gonna start again then.
Wow! It's a real alien.
Hey, the
What is that
Mao!
dot? It could be anything.
Holy
Interesting,
shit!
but you can immediately tell what's going on.
It could be an alien. I could literally make you that shot in After Effects, and it would look exactly the same.
I like this man. This man is me. This man is me. This man is me. I can smell the bullshit. This man is me.
U.S. government know.
Anonymous-san, thank you
Newly
kindly.
leaked video allegedly shows one of the U.S. Navy's stealth ships tracking an unknown object in the sky.
There's stuff flying in our airspace. We don't know what it is. We need to find out.
The thing is, I hope FBI don't come after me because I am in Phase Sekai. You can't come after something that's not real. But it has been proven, at least I believe, it has been proven most dots that you find, that you think are not, that are extraterrestrial activity. It's not, it's just new, what you call it? Not type of weapon, but planes that have been made for war? Not really war, but they're playing dumb. This man knows what it is. Usually most politicians who are big knows what the fuck those are. But they're playing dumb. It's so funny. We're not this stupid motherfuckers. Ma. しょうがない.
So,
Eilmao,
a few
those are
months ago, the
Eilmaos.
Pentagon released
I guess
a
we gotta
series
say.
of UFO videos.
Kusa.
They're footage of things flying. We don't know what they are, which everybody immediately turns into them saying the Pentagon has alien footage.
I love this man.
UFOs, not
Aliens.
aliens. UFO stands for unidentified flying object. I'm sure a bunch of people know that, but it's become synonymous
I
with
love the
flying saucers and
Eilmao
aliens.
man.
What they did though is they were like, let's stop calling them UFOs. Let's call them UAPs.
UAPs.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. It's totally more
UAPs.
accurate because sometimes like what you're filming isn't a physical object, and it could be a trick of light or a shadow, and like it might not be something physical, but just the way a sensor or camera reacts to light.
We want
The
to take
more
our
low
visual
quality
effects
it is,
artist's
the
eye and apply
easier
to
it
these
is
videos.
to
We spend a
edit
lot of
it.
time
It's been
analyzing
proven
footage,
you can
analyzing
make it
pixels,
so
trying to figure
much
out what makes things look
easier
fake.
if it's
A
low
big
quality,
part of our time
filmed
is
with a
spent
fucking
trying
Nokia,
to replicate
in
what
3
an image
pixels,
looks like
easy to edit.
once it's
Easy
passed through
Eilmao
a
on it.
lens and a
So
camera.
easy.
You know, that's what visual effects truly are. It's not
Aye.
just going, oh, does something look real? It's no, does this look like the image was captured with a real camera? I
Aye.
haven't seen any of these videos, and it's mostly just because I saw like a screenshot of one. I'm like, same old thing, you know. Here's a dot. You
If
know.
the UFO does not exist, can you explain your existence? You must contact the FBI, Face World, and Sakana-san for explanation. My lawyers do not approve on this. That's a fucking plane!
So
It's
what
a
are the signs
fucking
of the flying
plane!
triangle alien?
Well,
It's
it
not.
seems to
It's
grow in
not
strength
an
like that, or
alien.
drifting or something
It's
like
just
that.
one of those Air Force shit,
Okay,
man.
so this guy literally held his phone up to his like night
Yeah,
vision
yeah, yeah, yeah.
binocular.
Those type of phones.
All
Those
right?
type of
And those
phones.
little white specks
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
are the sensor of this night vision camera.
Oh,
Kind
triangle.
of puts it out a little bit.
That is
noise.
special.
Okay, I see a bokeh.
Plane star looks
Bokeh's-
like
okay, so
triangles. I
something
don't
that's out of
understand.
focus in the background. Basically, it's the shape of the iris of a lens.
Aye.
All the light is forced through the iris that's in front of your sensor. And whatever the shape of that iris is,
I have those type of
the,
phones.
Shape
The
your
flip
bokeh
phones?
is going to
They
be.
made a
Seems
new
like this
type
is
where you
maybe
can
a-
have touch screens
like a
but also
triangle
flip
iris?
phone.
Three-bladed-
I like
a
those. They are so
three-bladed
much fun.
iris.
Now we're all
People
used to
don't
circles
steal them because
our
they think they are
lenses
cheap,
have
but
circular apertures.
wrong,
In fact, the more
motherfuckers.
expensive
They
the
have
lens, the more
touch
balloons
screens
in the
and they're
aperture
high
becomes
tech.
rounder
They
and it
just
doesn't
look
have the
cheap,
hexagon
but they are
stops
fun
in shape.
and
But the cheaper
convenient
lenses
for many
have
of
less
us.
aperture blades, and really cheap lenses you
And
only need, like,
easier
3
to
blades,
put in a
you know?
pocket, which is
It's
unbelievable
cheap
for a
and it's
woman
easy. You're not
because
worried about
now
trying to make a
phones
nice
are the size of a
bokeh.
fucking
You just
brick.
need to Open and close the aperture.
Hi.
And this is not a film camera that he's using. It's not a DSLR. This is a infrared camera. So the lens on this camera is cheap. I think to me this video is clearly just an out of focus airplane. And all you need to do is look at the top
I
of the
like
flagpole in the right
minimalistic.
corner, or even the stars in the background, and you can see that they also take on a triangular shape.
Yeah, you're right. It's literally just the bokeh. Okay, so there's nothing special about this at all.
I love
There's
these
absolutely
men.
nothing
I
special
wanna
about this.
become
I could
friends with
recreate
you.
this
I
footage
could
with
actually be good
basically
friends
zero
with you.
effort. Take a night vision
Hi.
binocular and then I just put my phone into it. Like, how is this even
I could be good
newsworthy?
friends
Yeah,
with you.
this is the thing that kind of makes me angry. It's
Let's
like,
go
this is
to
so
coffee.
obviously just out of focus footage.
I'll
This
gladly
is going
invite
to
you to
newsrooms,
coffee.
And like,
I
these are
like
professionals
you.
that work with cameras, and you can immediately tell what's going on, and then they purposefully kind of cover it up so they can act like it's something interesting to talk about.
I don't think we
It's
developed that
alien.
technology on this planet.
Oh my god.
All right, this next clip is from the Pentagon.
Pentagon.
There's
so.
something there. I think that's a physical object.
I think it's a physical
I don't
object, too.
understand
So
it.
just a little bit of context. We're in an airplane.
And the
Hi.
airplane is above the water, and it seems like whatever they're looking at is below them. But it's like, what is this? It's like a dot that's like, how many pixels is that? Like maybe a collection of up to 12
It's a
individual
pixel.
pixels?
It's a
You know,
pixel.
like, there's not a
It's
lot
a
to work with here.
pixel.
Here's a
It's an
dot
alien.
flying
It's
around.
fucking
I have a
alien.
pretty
What
strong
the
theory of
fuck?
what's
A
going on here.
pixel.
This is one of the more
Holy
interesting. Not so obviously,
shit.
oh, it's an out of focus object. Like, this is interesting, but I think this is just a trick of parallax motion.
Huh?
A trick of
Parallax
parallax
motion.
motion.
I think what we're dealing with here is a bird.
Nani?
Not a drone, not an incredibly fast flying ship. Here's why. First off, we are not sitting still.
It's
as a
not
point of view.
pixel.
We are in an
It's not
airplane, the
Piku.
airplane's moving.
Piku,
Notice
what the
that when
fuck?
we're not locked on the bird, the ocean isn't moving.
Piku.
The airplane's not sitting still, the
Piku.
airplane's moving fast. I think what's actually happening is the camera is stabilizing itself to whatever it's pointed to. So it's pointed to the ocean, and so it's locked there. The airplane's still moving forwards, but the camera's locked to that point in the ocean like a gimbal. And so it feels like we're sitting still, but we're not. The camera's just tracking that one spot so it can stay locked there. And then we see a bird fly by. It looks like the bird's flying really fast. But imagine for a minute, if you will, and you have a bird up in the air, and we have an airplane going 300 miles an hour, 400 miles an hour, and the bird is flying in the opposite direction of the airplane. All right, so you see this little thing go across the screen. Not because the bird's going 300 miles an hour, because they're going 300 miles an hour.
I can't believe
And it makes it look
Big-san
like
is
they're
a
going
bird.
super fast.
Holy
so let's do a little
shit.
experiment here. Sam, I want you to be the bird here, okay? I have it on the end of this stick. It's a little,
That's the
little yellow
bird.
bird. And I'm gonna be the airplane. And I just want to see what happens in the background. Okay, lock on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
Oh?
All right. So Sam didn't even move. That bird's going so fast.
It does look like it's moving.
Yep. I think that's the effect we're looking at here. I think the bird's probably flying, you know, decently fast.
That's a fucking alien.
It
No.
could be a bird. It could be a tiny alien moving at the speed of a bird as well.
Yeah. So we've gone from what I think is an easy to debunk to a medium challenging debunk. Let's go to one that I think is the most challenging of
I
all of
like
them.
that. I like that. That's already
Okay, while
good.
everyone is trying to debunk
That's
these
people.
UFO videos, I
Holy
did a little
shit.
bit of research on my own. And I think there's quite a few things in here that
Pentagon
people aren't going to
UFO.
notice. And I want to tell you exactly what those things are,
I miss
courtesy
people.
of today's sponsor, Squarespace. Number one. What is the first thing that we see? Okay, there's two people that are contributing to your tracking it. Just that one place.com.
Alien! It looks like a full Orpazorp. What we're looking at here isn't a UFO, but a flying alien in the flesh. It does have a very UFO-like
That
shape.
looks like a
But
air
notice how
balloon.
it rotates.
No?
Each time the camera rotates, the orientation of the alien
Is that an air
body
balloon? No, it's not.
rotates. The shape that
Can
we
I
see
throw
here
you? Go crazy,
changes
go
as the camera's orientation
stupid.
changes. So
Hi.
its shape is defined by the camera.
Onegai
Whatever
shimasu.
that is, it's not that shape, first off.
This one is a challenging one. I think we're looking at two different things happening here.
Ah.
So this is a thermal camera. It's not just infrared, it's
What's
full-on
a thermal?
So it goes pretty far down to the
temperature.
infrared
Okay, okay,
spectrum.
okay.
I think we're looking at a lens flare, a heat lens flare. When
Heat
people say
lens?
lens flares, they probably think of that whole streak of like, you know, circles across the frame. I'm just talking about a literal flare. Bloom. It's a one
Flare.
single bright object in the center of frame, and what's giving it its shape
I'm
is
a
the shape of
human,
the bloom out
like
around it. So it's just
you.
one bright
Just
object
with
like
big
this, and the way
ears
it
because I love
blooms, I think
cosplay.
is giving it that oval shape.
You
What's
know?
there in the distance is either an airplane or a mylar balloon reflecting the sun. And it's reflecting the sun directly into the camera lens here, and they're going, whoa, it's so hot and bright.
When you use thermal cameras or cameras like this, they have a certain dynamic range. If something blows it out, so to speak,
Dynamic
you get the halo
range.
effect. Like if
I'm
something's
learning words.
super ultra bright, sometimes that will basically tell the sensor like, oh, it's too bright, and so it just displays black, but then the glow from it is still apparent. If you watch like UAV footage
That's
like I do, and you
interesting.
see like missiles blowing
What's
up
a
buildings,
UAV?
right when that
Ah.
explosion goes off, it goes black and then go back to white because we're
Was
dealing
that
with
an
this
explosion?
effective dynamic range of what thermal
It's
cameras
me flying, don't
can handle.
worry.
Also, this
Okay,
was
hi, don't
probably another
worry.
one of those situations where whatever that is in the sky, it's not moving the way it looks like it's moving because we're now just doing the same parallax effect except it's on the horizon line. So once again, let's break this down. There is a small chance it's an alien. This is a UFO. It's an unidentified. We don't know what that object is.
It's technically a UFO. We don't know what they're filming. The flare is obscuring it.
Okay, so
Flares.
wait, this is it? So far, like, I'm just seeing stuff that airplanes film, and it seems like it's going fast because the plane's moving.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's one more. This is it.
This is someone at the freaking Pentagon is like, how do I compress this? And then they bring in a media encoder and like, we're releasing on Twitter? Like, should I select Twitter? We got a blurry dot. Okay.
So this is an airplane flying straight, filming something.
Holy
This is
shit,
probably-
that's
this is
an
most likely
alien. You heard the
actually. This is
music.
100% an alien. There's science can't explain this footage that you're seeing right here. It could be a vampire.
Loch Ness Monster.
Sasquatches can't
That's
fly.
it.
Or it could be a ghost. A
Yeet.
massive freaking
Yeet.
high-speed ghost. He's like, I'm late to haunt this house. He's like,
Casper!
they're moving in! Go, go, go!
Casper! Casper is good. I love the Casper
Oh,
movies. Have you seen the live action Casper movies? They're so cute. They are like
That would
old
be
Scooby
newsworthy.
Doo live action movies. So good.
Devoid of
I love
information.
Casper.
Like,
I think there were
literally
two
make you
Casper
that
movies
shot
I
in
watched
After
and they were
Effects,
good.
and, like, I
Wait,
could release it, and it would
welcome.
look exactly the
Thank
same.
You run it through about 1,000 filters,
think there were
export it
two or
as an MP4
something.
about 5 times, call it a
I
day.
love the
Let's be
Casper
honest.
movies. Ah, comment,
What
I'm
is that
drinking
dot?
water.
It could be anything, okay? It literally could be anything in the air. It could be an alien. We will never know.
I'm a
But
Fennec
unfortunately,
Fox.
it's more likely to be anything
Winter,
else
no,
other
Arctic,
than an
Arctic
alien,
Fox
you know?
I am. So hi!
But once again, let's be
hello,
honest,
Kinky-san.
there is a very small percentage. There's a small, very, very, very small chance it could be an alien. There could be an alien behind that door right now.
The thing
The
is,
chances are pretty much equal.
I
because
think the thing
no,
that
no,
everybody's
no,
really
I'm
hyped about with this is that the
I'm-
Pentagon released it.
apologize for pausing. I'm Polar Fox, was it? A Winter Fox? I don't remember. But I thought you were an alcoholic. That as well. Don't judge me in my life decisions of drinking alcohol. But the issue is with most alien videos I see, is that media made it so hard to believe in edited videos. You don't know what's real and what's not, and most of the seasons, it's fake. So it's a bit difficult to believe you telling me that fucking dot is an alien. That's the no, I can't believe it. Hi. Tenma is not real. I'm not real. Come. But today we learned that Pico-san is an alien between us. An imposter between us. Dun 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 dun. I just uninstalled Among Us, man. I can't get it out of my head.
As in, like, the Pentagon went, like, we have this footage, we can't identify what's in it. Here is footage of a UFO/UAP. And everyone went,
UAP.
footage of a UFO, as in footage of an alien. And the Pentagon went, no, it's footage of a UFO. Like, real
UAP.
footage of a UFO? It's like, yeah, it's real footage of a UFO, so it's footage of real aliens. And they're like, never
Oh,
mind.
it's the one
And the
people
news took
keep
it and
telling
throws
me
it down
about
and goes,
with the
"This
gay
could be an
frogs.
alien. And Sam's right. It could be.
I
an
like
alien.
his screaming
Could also be an alien behind the
videos.
door.
He's a funny man.
In
It
fact,
reminds me
all
of
of you watching this might be
of
aliens right now, and I
people.
might be the only real person here.
They're frickin' interdimensional
This
invaders, okay?
one!
I'll just say it. Make fun of me all you want.
Here's a challenge.
I will.
I would like to believe
You're
that
the
aliens
funny
are real,
man.
but I think this video footage does absolutely nothing for the
Oh no,
cause.
Hama-san, who did
If
you send
know
the
of
application
alien
to?
footage that is more convincing than this, or have proof of aliens
Ah.
that might convince me that they're real, let us know in the comments below.
Likewise, if any of you guys happen to be pilots that know what all these readouts and these screens mean, or any of you have other like really solid theories as to what we could be looking at here, not crazy wacky like it could be a dragon theories, but at real life, like, oh, it was actually, if it was a drone, it would work like this. Like, I'd love
Have
to
you
hear like
watched
some
Doom
down
video with
to earth
Alex
skeptic
John? I
approaches
did
to
not
what we're
watch
looking
any
at today.
video with
So
Alex
yeah,
John.
leave some comments down below.
My
I'd
only-
love to engage with you in some
My only experience with Alex Jones is what people are telling me about, so I have not watched anything. Hey, that's me, that's you. Alex John, I have a question. Yes, boy, that's me. Yeah, hello, cat. Is Alex John playing a personality online, or is he like this actually? Many people play a personality online, so I was curious. Is he like this? Both? He's actually insane. Was What do they mean? What does that mean? Okay. そうなの? Crazy guy equals Tenma, same. Ah, yes, it's the same. I love you, Mi-chan, as a friend, thank you. Me too. According to his lawyers, it's an act. Lawyers? What did he do to have lawyers involved? What the fuck did he do? What did he do? Don't ask. He said bad things and got sued of it. Wanted custody, claiming he was crazy. Ah, playing a character, I see. Next one. Horrifying sounds of hurricane. That's what it says the next video. Why the fuck can I not watch it? What? The fuck? Oh, it does not let me. It's a yabai video? Huh. Yo. Next one. I'm not gonna download nothing from you. I'm sorry, watch together. As much as I love you, I don't want to. Shitako-san, thank you. Hi.
Early in 1925, headlines across the United States briefly focused
This
on
one
an
is named
intensely
Fear of
local
Depths.
and
Is it of
specific
the Watson?
story. A man in central Kentucky
Can we still
was
send
stuck in a
videos?
cave.
If I finish
His
all
name
of
was
them,
Floyd Collins,
then
who was
yeah.
37 years
But
old,
if I
and
don't
he had
finish
spent
all of
countless
them, then
hours
no.
exploring the dark tunnels, chambers, and cascades under Barron County. It wasn't
Wow,
the
wow,
first
wow,
time he had
wow.
lost his light underground. It wasn't the first time he had faced the squeeze. And he assumed when he was found a day after the cave-in that trapped his legs, it would be a fairly simple process
type
to
of
extract
videos
him
looks
from the cave
amazing.
he had so
They look
easily
like stop
wriggled
motion.
into.
Do they miss
was
a
not.
few layers? Not
Collins
layers.
had
Do they
underestimated
miss
his
a
own
few
caving
frames
ability.
in those
What
times,
felt
those
to
type
him
of
like an
videos?
easy
It looks
scramble
like
only
stop
60 feet
motion.
underground was a near impossibility to most people, both
Whoa.
physically and mentally.
How many
The
videos
sand cave
are?
where he was trapped was unstable, narrow, and, like all caves, smotheringly dark. Men would go in to give Collins a drink of water or
20.
a sandwich and come
20.
out trembling, having barely made it halfway to his position.
The type. I know that type of camera. That's
100
interesting.
hours later, Collins was still in the cave. A few people had made it to him. His brother, a reporter, a firefighter. They planned to tie a rope around Collins and pull him out, even though the walls of the cave could shred his body like knives.
Holy
even
shit.
though, as a
Oh,
doctor
this
warned,
type of
the
tips. I
rope
thought
might
it was
stretch his
Watson.
organs like taffy. Collins begged them to pull him out, even if they had to pull his foot off, but they couldn't. While the
What?
folks in the cave struggled to think of anything that could rescue Collins, the rest of the country was wrapped, with newspapers running headlines from coast to coast. People hung on every word. The horror of the situation, the drama of the rescue attempts. It was electric. No one could tear
Electric.
themselves away.
There is a YouTube
6
channel
days
focused
after
on
the
going
first
in
cave-in,
tight
officials decided
cave
that their
places
best
like
chance
a
of
hobby.
rescue was to dig an
It's the
entirely
scariest
separate
thing I
tunnel in
watched.
from
It
the
has
surface.
nothing
It
scary,
indeed
nothing
might have been
creepy,
their
but
best chance of
it's
rescue,
so
but it wasn't enough.
scary.
14 days,
With no
2
creepy
full
music, with
weeks
nothing,
after he
but
trapped himself in a cave that
I don't know
others
why
could
this type
barely
of
enter,
videos are just
Floyd Collins had died.
scary. Because
And what was the rest of the country
what if the
left
rock
with?
falls? What if the
A
walls
gaping
close?
fascination at what lies
It makes no
beneath us,
sense because
a
it's a rock,
fixation with the
it's
blackness.
mountain, it's anything else.
Congress
But
regulated the
what
area
if
around Collins Cave in part
have
to
those
try and
type of
regulate
thoughts,
the
you know?
stream of wannabe explorers plunging into their own underground worlds.
lack
You
of
might have heard
oxygen
what resulted.
makes your brain go
Mammoth
cuckoo.
Cave National
And
Park.
caves, so isn't that
Today,
dangerous?
it's the longest known cave
in deep
network in the world.
spots.
2 million people visit that park a year.
確かに。
Because despite its origins, despite the involuntary shudder
But
the
many do
descriptions
that
of it
because
cause,
of
despite the
adrenaline.
fact that it is easier
It's
in
amazing.
every single respect to simply stay above ground, we just can't resist it.
Huh.
It is, in one of the most literal
Being
ways
in a cave for
possible,
too long makes you a
call of
VTuber.
the
It's
void.
sad. I can agree on that. That's the process of becoming a VTuber. All of us became this way. You must enter the cave. Oh, it's a fucking game! Yeah. It's the game! I like the game. I can't wait to play it. Hi. Creepy music. Make it creepy.
For many years, we thought the bottom of the world lay in the Krubera cave.
Is this the channel? No, it's the YouTube guy. It's the Caucasus. Caucasian?
What does being in a
Caucasus?
cave feel like?
It feels
start
slimy,
with the basics.
muddy, dusty,
dark.
no air, no
It's
oxygen,
really
no
dark.
sun. It's
Water and
horrible.
air may trickle past
Might
the
as well
first
be
room
locked
of the
in
cavern,
my
but
basement.
light
It's the
is
same
down to just
experience.
a couple feet of the entrance.
But at
Once you've
least I
taken a
know
turn
you are
deeper,
there and you are
you're
safe.
surrounded
Don't
by
do this
true
unless you are
black.
professional,
No
kindly,
stars.
okay? Hi.
You can stand in the dark with your light off for as long as you want, and your eyes will never adjust.
Hi.
It seems like, after
Europe
crawling
and
through a
Asia.
passage, that it should hold a little residual light. It feels like it should remember you were there, that if you look back, the rock you just prostrated yourself on should look a little less alien than the ones you haven't yet touched. But it
Wow.
doesn't. As soon as you turn your lamp away, that
Georgia,
area
yes?
fades back into the void, and once it returns to
I've
the
been
void,
watching 3DS.
nothing is familiar.
3D girls too
I
much.
said
I have to
multiple
change.
times out loud.
Welcome to the dark
There's
side,
no way
brother.
that's
The
the way you
2G
came
is
from.
superior than 3D.
I
Welcome.
was wrong.
I'm gonna
And thankfully,
shake your
I was
hand.
with people in the cave
Welcome
who
to
were
our
much
land.
smarter than me, but I couldn't shake the what ifs from my head.
Paranoia.
What if I
I
had
have
stumbled
those
in here
too.
alone?
I have those
What if my
paranoia
light
too.
went out? What if all I had was my sense of touch and the sound of caverns, trying to
Caucasus
understand the walls of
mountain
rooms
range
that
is the
barely
Europe
made
and
sense when
Asia.
illuminated? Caves are dark, but they aren't silent. They sound... well, they sound wet.
Whoa! Oh, that's a
Because they
game.
are.
What the fuck?
Thousands of tiny currents of water, individual drops and streams and rivers cutting their way through the rock on a timescale that none of us will live to see.
But I did
The
saw
sounds
some
of water
videos
echo
that
through a
looks
cave precisely enough that I felt like I could
very
hear a single drop
beautiful.
falling off a
Like,
stalactite a dozen
nature
yards away.
makes
Simultaneously,
beautiful,
though, caves
beautiful
swallow
architecture
sound,
with
muting
what
voices and
they want
movements just a few
to.
feet
I've
from
seen
me.
a few videos
And the
of those.
combination of these two contradictory effects is absolutely
Beyond
uncanny.
amazing. Hello, hello.
It seems like everything about a cave is built to
Nature
mess
can
with
make
how
the
we usually
scariest
take
things,
in
but
the
also
world.
the most
The
beautiful
light is gone,
architecture.
the sounds don't make sense.
It
and the
almost
space
looks alien.
itself is-
I've seen some videos.
I mean,
it looks like alien
This is the
almost, but
real
it's
map
actually.
that my guide handed
What's
me
up?
before I came in. Look
Digging
at this.
in the
Oh, this clears everything up.
Wow,
And
looks
what's
like
more,
the subway
I feel
in
like I
Tokyo.
could memorize
Nice.
this hallowed nightmare fuel, and it wouldn't even begin to scratch the complexity
Nice.
of the actual cavern.
That looks much
Because
more
there's
simpler than
no
the subway
way
map.
This paper can capture the
Tokyo.
three-dimensionality of these
Sick.
passages. There were times when we'd be walking one direction, drop down 5 feet, and then turn around and start crawling back in exactly the same direction, but somehow under the exact rocks we had been
What did
walking
I
on
do?
before. I have no idea how many floors this place had. 4? 10? 30? Caves are, as much as
Did I do
any
something
geological
timing not
formation
good? I
can
like
be,
Tenma. What did I
alive.
do?
Caves
Wow.
breathe, have active circulatory,
I'm sorry, you consider
digestive,
sex.
and excretory systems, can contract disease and suffer injuries
Spelunking?
and heal
Is
many of both,
Spelunking the act
and are
of
constantly
going
growing,
underground?
just like any other living body.
Oh, is that like the game?
And I've already
Spelunky?
made clear
1
my
and 2?
thoughts on living spaces.
Sweet.
The strangest thing of all to me, though, was
so
that
that's why the
there
name is
always did
Spelunky.
seem to be a way forward.
Holy shit, that's
Hundreds of feet
amazing.
underground, through
I
pitch black
did not
rooms and
know,
shoulder-width
actually.
hallways, there was always a
Wow.
way forward.
I am
It straddled this
wow.
bizarre tightrope. Obviously, no human would have ever designed a space
Mind
like
blown.
this, and yet there
I'm
were
stupid.
just enough accommodations that I
Yeah,
felt like
I
I
don't
should
want
be
this.
traversing it. It hit me like a stalactite to the face.
Stalactites.
I know this kind of space. Caves are superstructures.
Hi. Superman structure, the back rooms of the caves. Let's go. Caves can breathe?
And few places portray that
Oh,
superstructure like
it's
depth
like their own
and
type of
somehow
oxygen?
welcoming
Lack of oxygen
hostility,
is very
like the Krubera
big over
Cave,
there, I
stretching for
believe.
miles below the western Caucasus
So it's a
mountain
bit
range.
dangerous.
This is where a group of explorers thought
I
they would
strongly
find the
believe
true
it's lots
deepest
of lack
place
of
on Earth.
oxygen that
There are two
resulted
main
in many
features of
deaths.
Krubera. First
Not
are the
because of something
chutes.
like,
These are the things that allowed it to be a
I don't
contender
know,
for the deepest
creepy
cave.
activity
They
or
are what
aliens or
feel
something.
like
Just lack of
bottomless
oxygen
pits,
will make
places
you
where
go
the stone
crazy
just drops
and die.
away for hundreds and
So most of
hundreds
the deaths,
feet.
I
This is the
100%
howling
believe
nothing
it's
that
because
pulled
of
the team
oxygen.
forward.
No,
This
not
is
so
where it was
much in cave.
exceptionally easy to lean the wrong direction on your
Especially
descent
since you
rig
can have panic
and fall
attack easily.
until you hit the living rocks below.
So you consume
Then
your
there are
remain
the hard
oxygen in
parts.
lungs, and you go.
They're called meanders,
And you
they're
go
the warped
crazy,
tunnels in
and
between
it's
the
just-
chutes. For the
Your
Crewbearer
brain
team
is
who
like,
were
shut
hoping
down.
to find the bottommost
It's
point of the
crazy.
cave, meanders were what halted their progress. One such time, 5,800 feet underground, the team felt well and truly stuck.
So
Until a breakthrough.
no one
The
can
cavers
hear you
found a way
scream. Oh,
forward through a 300-foot-long tunnel they called the Way to the
300
Dream.
foot.
Ironically, this tunnel is about as nightmarish as anything I can
Foot.
imagine. The walls
Hello,
and roof
Ghost.
were jagged
What
with
the fuck does
knife-sharp
foot
rock,
mean?
and it was so narrow
This
that
is
you
such
couldn't even
American
fit through on your hands and
measuring
knees.
system
It was
I ever
the
heard.
entire
Foot.
way.
Nice. The most American thing.
I seriously can't stop thinking about those spaces underground. How elemental they felt, how untouched, how
91
unnervingly
meters, thank you.
welcoming
Thank you.
they were.
Wow, that's a
I felt it
long
most
way
when I was
down.
sidling along a passage too narrow to
dangerous.
pass through straight
Oh my
on,
goodness.
my hands bracing against the wall and my feet skirting through the murky
I
water
only know
on the ground.
pineapple, so
Why would this
53
corridor
pineapples,
be exactly
yeah.
this size?
100 meters,
Why not
thank
so
you.
narrow I didn't have a chance of fitting through,
When
or
did
so
the
wide I
measuring in
couldn't see the
America
other
got
side?
approved on
Why did
feet
it feel
and
made for me?
pounds and Oz?
And I could imagine just
When
continuing
did that
down
got
into these
approved? I'm
caverns for
curious.
days, always
How
finding
many
another
years
passage,
ago?
always squeezing myself through
Oh, how
another
many
opening. I would tell myself that
decades?
just down this route, everything would make
From
sense.
England?
I would push myself further because the caves seemed to ask me to.
England does
I would
that?
wander in a
Wait,
constant
Ryan-san, are you
conversation
here?
with these growing,
What does measuring
living
in
walls.
England has? Isn't
The
that
call of the
CM
void
and
is rarely more
kilograms
apt than when
and...
talking about the depths. I felt it well within
No?
that cave.
I had no
And
idea.
in fiction too, the depths are consistently linked to that
3
alluring
feet ago.
feeling of self-destruction.
A Napoleon
In
was it?
Playdead's Inside, the game initially appears
I
to
have
follow
the
the
game.
language of many
I
2D
played it one
games,
time, I
that
don't
is,
remember.
left to right. But there's a much more insidious journey here, one much more resonant to the game's themes, and one impossible to ignore once you know it's happening. A descent.
18,000.
Plotted out, it feels like the boy is in free fall, always sinking deeper into the earth, into the water, into the horrible depths of whatever's happening inside. One of the most chilling parts of the game for
Football
me is
fields.
the first
Is
moment
that
that
the
really
measuring?
highlights this descent. The submarine, when you first get it, feels like a blessing. No longer do you have to worry about holding your breath. Now you can explore these flooded highways with
safety.
confidence and light and power.
Safety. I like this game
And
a
then,
lot.
just when you've started to get comfortable, you smash through some loose boards in the floor and find yourself.
It is a scary game. When can you play horror games? I played Poppy Playtime a week ago.
It's just so big.
I
and
almost
so
had a heart
empty and
attack.
So
So the next time I'm gonna play a horror
This is
game
the
will be
first
after
time
6
in the
months.
game we
So make
haven't
sure
been
you
able to
subscribe
see
after
the
6
world.
months if you want Anime Girl to
never
die.
even occurred to
I
me that we
value
wouldn't
my
be able to see
my heart
before,
more
but
than
here
your
we are,
entertainment.
floating above
So that's the
oblivion,
only
and it's
time
not
I can play.
claustrophobia
6
anymore,
months
and it's
later,
not the
okay?
fear of drowning,
Hey.
it's just those depths. It's why by the end, everything feels so off.
I'm a
This
ghost.
laboratory might be almost normal.
Have you heard
But
of
how could it
Iron
be
Lung?
when we've been
It's a
tumbling
it's a
downward
what's a
for
game? I
hours?
know
How
it.
could
I know
be
it a little
normal
bit. I did not
thousands of
play it.
feet below the surface?
It looks relaxing. I wanna
And when
play
you
it.
burst out into what's seemingly outside
Play the
again,
quality,
the
not
finale,
scary.
it feels
It's
impossible.
the quality. A
We
PC
know
game? I thought it's a
implicitly
PlayStation
what
game or
shouldn't
Xbox
be on
game.
the
I
other
don't
side
have
of that wall.
PlayStation.
More labs,
For-
maybe, or a sheer rock wall,
When
or
I
just
get
blackness, infinite
A
and welcoming.
PlayStation, the only game I
But
wanna
not the
play
surface
is
again. Never the surface.
Colossum
We're
game.
in too deep.
I wanna. Oh, that's scary. The Colossum game I really like a lot. I wanna play the remake. I only
In
played
Jeff
the
Vandermeer's
first games. I
Annihilation,
heard they made it
a team of
remake
scientists exploring a geographic aberration discover
of the Colossus
Well,
thing. It was a
they
I forgot
find
the name.
a spiral staircase leading downward.
Until Dawn or
But
Heavy
almost
Rain. I wanna
immediately,
play
the
Heavy Rain.
protagonist
Is it horror?
recontextualizes the staircase in her head. It's not a tunnel. It's a tower.
Tower?
She insists
Shadow
that
of
it's a tower.
Colossus. Hi, I'm sorry, I
She's
forgot the
frustrated
shadow.
that the others don't recognize
My
it as what it
mistake.
is, which is
Hi.
clearly a tower. The book doesn't really explain why she
Shadow of the
insists on this
Colossus.
nomenclature. But
David
the
Caruso
dominance
as
of the
well,
staircase
yes.
in her mind and in ours as readers hints
Hey.
at the reason. Though the spiral sinks
Dead
into the
Space
earth rather
Alien
than
with
towering
zombies.
above it, its presence is always felt, implicitly
That's actually a
visible
good
from every
sign.
part of the
We are halfway the video. This video is long, but I'll have patience to finish it. Did you know I'm gonna play South Park, The Stick of Truth, and Wolfenstein: The Order, the new order on YouTube? It's gonna be in a few days. The waiting rooms are done, so you can have a reminder. So you can go there just in case, okay? Just telling you. Yeah. So those type of games I'm excited to play.
the infected area. Every event that happens in the story, every clash with another character or new mystery that presents itself, the biologist mentally returns to the tower.
There is no such thing as
And I did
yabai
as well.
scenes. The reaction
both
of
knew
the
from the
streamer
second
will
it was
decide if
discovered
it's yabai or
that
not.
nothing could be truly
Quick,
known
making
about
me
this world
scared of a
without
fucking video
descending
game.
into that
If you
tower.
laugh at
in the
yabai
end, she
scenes, then
does,
yeah, it's fucked up.
plunging
But
into
I'm
what
gonna
is
control
ultimately
myself,
genuine
and I'm not gonna get
horror.
cancelled.
But for me, the unexplored
The reaction
power
of the
was more
streamer will make
powerful
it
idea.
yabai or not, okay?
Always beckoning her back,
Hi.
always present in our mind's eye. The
Not
idea
my
that
issue,
you
it's a
don't even
video
have to be
game.
in the depths to feel
Hello.
their influence. That simply knowing they're there is enough.
After the way to the dream,
I have
the kids
Twitch.
found themselves stuck again, 5,888
Can you
feet
do your
underground.
Ikemen voice?
The only potential
$1
way
million.
forward was through an underwater
$1,000.
passage, but because the
Easy.
way to the
Business
dream
is
was so
business.
narrow, they couldn't bring any scuba equipment with them.
Scuba?
They would have to dive into the sump, blind and unassisted, and hope beyond hope that there was a way forward. And they did.
Oh my god, scuba.
There's a phenomenon called a moulin, detailed by Robert McFarlane in his
Underland.
magnificent book Underland.
I found the book
A
today
moulin
too.
is
I'm gonna
essentially
after this
an
video I'll
ice
tell you
funnel.
about the book.
Glaciers
I
are
have
not
it here on the
solid.
table.
They're perforated like the Earth with tunnels and
I
chambers,
found
and in a
a
moulin's case,
detective book.
sheer hypnotizing drops. The funnels are created by water racing along the top
It's
of a glacier,
called,
eventually finding a weak point in the ice.
It's
and
called actually
plunging
it's
down into
ironic.
it.
I found
The
it
walls of a
in
moulin
the
are smooth and blue.
I'm a horrible reactionist channel. I just talk over it and pause it and make you angry. But I'm just gonna talk about my book today. So, every 6 months to 3 months, I have another basement where I put all the clothes, plushies, books, and every time I clean it so I can give it to orphanages when I don't need them. Books, clothes, or plushies, give them to charity or something. So it's you don't throw them away. It's a waste. So and I found this book on the teddy bear. It's called it's by Minette Walters. It's called Fox Evil. Fox Evil. Irony. I was not Tenma at the time I had this. So finding this book is actually wait. That's my nail. I think it's a detective book, thriller book. I'm not sure. I think it's a detective book. I never really read it. That's the thing. I just put it in the book. and was thinking maybe it's a good idea to read it. Crime novel. It's in English. I think I got it as a gift. Usually when I have too many books or plushes or clothes that don't fit me because they are small or something, or I don't like them, I give them to an orphanage nearby, so it's more convenient for the children. So seeing this book, I was thinking maybe I'll keep it, this one. It's a good book. It's a good book. Ma. Expand vocabulary. Metro books? Games are based on them. I was reading, but then Tenma started streaming. Is this... I'm sorry, I have to go now. Bye-bye, Uncle. Is this book good? Has anyone read this book before? Fox Evil by Minette Walters. Your clothes fit children? Oh. No, that sounds bad. It's not my clothes fit children. It's that I don't buy myself many clothes. I buy clothes for myself once. 7 months. I still use clothes from high school that fit me. So when I buy new clothes, I give away the other ones. It's not that my clothes fit children, it's that I buy clothes rarely for myself, to the point they fit children. It makes no sense. Ma. しょうがない。まあ。I do have my 制服。Digging my own grave? I'm not. Is it no, it's saving money by wearing old clothes. You never saved money by not buying much for yourself? I don't understand your mentality right now. はい。じゃあ続きます。
Like polished
People
glass.
who
They
don't
are
have
often as deep as the
money
glacier
a lot
itself.
and like to save for
roar
much
with the
more
amount of
important
water
stuff
pouring
will
through
understand.
McFarlane notes that across
Oh, no, I
cultures
don't
and
like that
countries,
hole.
stories are common of explorers crashing through the ice into a chasm, presumably dying,
Oh
and
my
yet
goodness, look
re-emerging
at the
from the
wall.
glacier days or weeks later.
It crumbles. Is
Their
that
own
Sol?
resurrection
Is
from
that
under
Sol?
the frozen
What's
world.
that? Oh no!
He and other
Oh my
authors have also
God.
noted the uncanny pull that the
You saw with
moulins
the feet?
specifically
How it
have.
crumbles.
An outdoor blogger named Dave Gallagher referred to a moulin as his own
Nice.
Moby Dick, living in his mind for years after he first experienced it. I know I have also read, though I cannot find where, stories of the near hypnosis that the smooth glass can impart. Stories of
looks
people
like
feeling
salt.
driven to throw
Oh
themselves
my goodness,
in.
look at that.
For now,
It becomes tight,
those
tight,
stories
tight.
exist as
What
my
if
own
the rope
personal
breaks?
mythos.
What if the rope breaks?
In the
Man!
Chinese room's Dear Esther, the protagonist is reborn through caves, water, and depths. Delirious from fever and injury, he stumbles once, twice, 3 times
My fear
deeper
usually
into a
of
cave
this type of games.
on the apparition of a
Not
Hebridean
games,
island his mind has
experiences of
created.
going down a
The
cave.
first fall takes him from
or
the
up
surface
the
into
mountain,
the caverns.
because I do.
The second,
I go up
from
the
caverns
mountains. It's
into
the
a
same
slick
experience,
waterfall
I believe.
basin.
Dangerous
The
experience.
third from a luminescent stone
It's when you put
chimney
the thing
to
for
a
climbing. What you call it?
highway
Grappler? On the
lost in
rock,
time.
finding the perfect spot.
This is
I'm
the
never good at
underworld
that,
made manifest
so I'm
as it exists in
afraid
stories, religions,
people
myths.
who do
The
that.
highway
How do
where
you
the
do
memory
it
of
without
his loved one is trapped.
suddenly
The hospital bed where she took her
your
last
weights
breath.
make it disconnect and fall?
It is
It's so scary.
everything about the depths
Oh.
at once. Overwhelming.
I only go hiking
The
with
darkest
family
recesses of his
because
mind
Papa
trapped in the
Kitsune
literal
knows
deepest
how
part
to
of
do
the
that.
world. Under so many
He's
miles
a bit
of pressure, he can barely see the surface.
at finding those
His
enemies.
re-emergence from each underworld is, too, simultaneous. Surfacing from the water, as clear-headed as he's been, walking out of the cave onto the shore. There is no
Grappling.
separation of the
You
mental
know when
and
you
physical
climb
depths
something
in
or
Dear
go down
Esther, they
something,
are
you need
one and the
security for
same.
your rope. So you can
There is
So you know where you went
sometimes
from?
danger.
And
to
also
unearthing the
to
depths. Like the
What?
undersea creatures that
Those
have lived their
psychogroups?
lives with 26,000 feet of water as a ceiling. Creatures that quite literally melt
確かに。
when taken to the surface. They were never
Yes,
meant to
I'm
see the light of day.
130 cm. Tenma Maemi is 130 cm. はい。
Or spent uranium. Maybe the single
What the
most
fuck
dangerous
has just
reference of
happened?
our
Why are we
species.
talking about
A
uranium?
material that will
What
stay
the-
dangerous after the death of
What
our
the? We were
children's
talking about
children's
climbing. What
children.
the fuck?
A power source, used once, then radiating farther into the future than we can possibly imagine.
Okay.
What is it like to create something that could kill a civilization 100,000 years, a million years
just
from now?
happened?
How do you bury something so deep that it never comes up? Not after history and language and maybe even species has been wiped away and started anew. It's the
Uranium
absurd
mountain.
challenge that faces every nuclear waste disposal plant. And, of course, it's a challenge that's more or less impossible to test. In Underland, McFarlane details the
Oh,
waste
that's
isolation
America.
pilot project in New
USA,
Mexico, a tomb for our
USA.
nuclear waste set to be sealed about 15 years from now.
Oh.
Half a mile underground, the rooms containing the waste will be intentionally collapsed, then sealed with 13 layers of concrete and soil. And then the salt will start to drip. Because the WIPP is buried in a salt bed millions of years old, slowly that salt will crawl into every crevice, fill in every space left behind.
Wow.
The salt will confine the radiation better than we ever could. We're still not sure if it's good enough, though. Acres of salt and concrete and
We're gonna
radiation
grow a
buried
fourth
in a
eye
desert
and a
that
fifth
frequently
hand.
reaches over 105
I can't wait for
degrees
the
seems like it
future.
would dissuade anyone from coming near. But then again, so does living under miles of pitch black water. If
Wow,
it exists,
we are not
will
safe.
attempt to uncover it.
So yeah.
And so, there's another layer of protection. The waste site in New Mexico will be surrounded
New
by
Mexico.
dozens of 25-foot
Arriba.
high granite pillars
I see,
surrounding
I
a
see.
wall of earth, which surrounds more pillars, which surrounds a granite room engraved with a warning written in English, Spanish,
veo.
Russian, French, Chinese, Arabic, and Navajo.
Navajo.
The warning will read,
Navajo?
"We are going to tell you what lies underground, why you should not disturb this place, and what may happen if you do."
El sitio era conocido como el WIP, o el sitio de la planta piloto de aislamiento de residuos cuando cerró en el año 2038 AD.
Отходы были созданы при производстве ядерного оружия, также известного как атомная бомба.
我们制造的问题不是孩子的责任。
هذه الرسالة تحذير من الخطر.
Ado gone hanegede do ba nijit ida. Yoe.
Will it work? I want to believe yes. But imagine us, a new species, finding an ancient monument with strange lettering, ominous pictograms, and thousands of feet of obelisks surrounding it.
We are now on the
Imagine
topic
us
of fucking
breaking
aliens.
into a
What's
tomb,
this video?
disregarding the cries and promises of long-dead civilizations.
What the fuck? Okay.
Finally, after the underwater tunnel and the way to the dream and thousands upon thousands of feet of descent, the team reached a chamber from which they could go no lower. 6,824 feet underground,
608.
they found the lowest part of that cavern and they gave it an appropriate name. Game over.
Game over.
The
The
Caldera
game.
isn't the deepest cave
The
in the
game.
world, by the way.
The
Not
game.
anymore. Just 2 years ago, a team found a neighbor
This
that
is
was
the
actually
game.
some 400 feet deeper, the Virovkina Cave in Georgia.
We lost it.
It seems naive
We
to think
lost
that
it
this is
again.
actually the deepest cave. There
Oh,
are
no.
always further passages. There's always a way to keep
Thank
going.
God it's all a simulation.
But sometimes there's no way to come back. Cardboard Computer's Kentucky Route Zero is a game that takes place largely underground. Sometimes specifically, sometimes in a more nebulous sense. What's ever present, no matter the locale though, is a feeling of pressure. Because Earth is rarely the only thing the characters of this
That's the
game
first
are
time I
under.
see this game.
To a person, each is grappling with the perils of the world above.
Don't go.
Some are old horrors like alcoholism and grief. Some are a sadistic modern twist, as the game refers to it, a new kind of debt. You get the sense that the characters felt, on some level, like they'd be able to
My
escape
dude look like
the
a
surface's
cat more than a
horrors.
fox. If you've seen a cat with this type of
enigmatically
ears,
referred
then
to from the very first scene is
should
supposedly
seek a
an
doctor.
underground highway
But
through the caves
whatever
to
you
help the
say,
characters
homie.
get to where
Whatever
they're
you
going.
say. I
As the
agree.
story stretches on, the promise of escape and the promise of the zero
Do you understand
fades.
Portuguese? I'm from
There's
Brazil.
still a
Come to
destination in mind, but the
Brazil! I
steps to
don't
get there
speak it,
seem
but
increasingly obtuse.
welcome.
They have to double back, stumble blindly, struggle to stay afloat, and all the while, the horrors compound.
Yeah,
All
this
the
game
while,
looks
the debt
amazing.
piles up.
Oh, I wanna play it. That's
Far
actually
from
an
an escape,
interesting
the
game.
caves of Kentucky Route Zero seem to magnify the
Ma, there's
pressures
a
that
weird
each character is running
outside.
from. What drove them from the surface world now traps them here. That constant weight threatens to prevent them from ever returning. Kentucky
I'm
Route
chewing
Zero
my-
may resemble an actual cave
my
more than
lip, I'm
any other
sorry.
game in existence. It meanders. It's dark. It feels impossible to fully wrap one's head around. It is absolutely bursting with strange beauty.
Hi!
And in the end, we're faced once again with death and rebirth. Like an explorer disappearing under a glacier.
Well, Lifeline,
or a
never.
man who
Uninstalled,
disappears
deleted, in
into
the
his own
trash can. That's
underground
where it
world.
should belong.
Kentucky Route Zero takes place in Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. It's a national park established on the death of a man trapped in a cave. Floyd Collins's cave is probably connected to Mammoth somehow if you followed those sandy tunnels deep enough.
I'm so...
That discovery has been walled off for now, though.
I'm so
Sand Cave
confused.
is gated, bolted, and
I'm so
welded
confused.
closed. You'd think this wouldn't be necessary,
I'm
that
so
no one would want to
confused
enter
with
the
this
hellish
video.
chute where a man died a
I'm
prolonged
so
death in
confused
the
with
dark
this
and the still.
video.
But we gate it regardless. Because
I
there
thought
is
you
an
could have-
inexplicable, irrational, irresistible pull to these worlds. There is a void.
Me
and
when I
it
need to find
indeed
words to
does
my
call.
homework when I don't reach
see
the
what
amount
lies a
of
little
words
deeper.
used.
This world
DMG!
not my
Gotcha, bitch. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, no, I am. Yeah. Yeah, no, I. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand it. What did we learn? When you go into the cave, talk about uranium cover salt, 8 mouse, alien, suddenly, 5 language warning, video game explanation, end. That's all I learned. Oh yeah. Spelunky, I learned about Spelunky. Wait, this is a cave compilation? The Outdoor Channel. Warning! Warning! Never crawl into an unknown... Hey, I'm reading here! Fuck. Warning! Learn how to read, fucking nerd. Understandable. Oh. Oh, this type of videos I would see of a channel with professional. Hello, that they would do this, and it's so uncomfortable. But they like this. They like this. What the fuck? They like this. Who likes this? Who likes stuff like this? Explain. The music is a little bit scary. Just a little bit lowered. Is this? Maybe it depends on the feeling of having adrenaline push junkie, adrenaline junkie. How do you get out? Then how did you get in? The same way. The same way. But my fear would be going in a tight place and wanting to go back. How do you turn your body? How do you turn your body if you can't have a place to go back? Oh, would not fit there. I don't wanna try. I don't wanna try. Look at that man! Look at that! This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Might as well bury me there. This hole was made for me! This hole was made for me! This hole was made for me! It gives me that feeling. Have you watched Junji Ito? Maybe that chapter of Junji Ito scared me so much I'm afraid to go in caves. Because of the human body creating. I don't know, it's just that scared me. If you never read it, there's Junji Ito chapter. I don't remember what was the name of it, but it was a famous line that's like, this hole was made for me. And Junji Ito works, I love them very much. I like the Reminat story as well. It's actually a very interesting work he made. A bit more realistic. Have you seen the soon to be, I don't remember if it's Netflix or Crunchy? Lol? I don't know. They're gonna make a Junji Ito proper book, not book, animation. Not the trash one they made, but another one, better one, based on more that fits the style. And I'm excited. The trailer looks amazing. It's amazing. I would never be able to do this. I hate that. Even in these, I don't wanna. What am I looking at? We're looking at tight hole claustrophobia, the fear of going tight spaces. Yeah, they will, Sorpa. They will, probably. They're gonna focus more on the Uzumaki story. Let me move my chair. Ah, that's really scary. What's worrying me? Can I move it to this much maybe? 1.5? そんな感じ. You can't be chubby and follow this type of activity. It's a bit dangerous and you can cut yourself on the rocks. But look at the architecture nature made. It looks like alien. You saw the walls? They look like alien. That's so cool. Oh, sweating. Be careful. Don't have fear of this. Look how amazing that looks. It was made by Watsa. That looks so cool. Oh. Architecture by nature is beautiful. I did went to salt caves and crystal caves. They were beautiful. It's scary. No, places with a lot of water as well and tights. No. No. Scared of drowning and crushed? No. Still here. Morning, Tenma. Morning, Maurice. Moriaris-san, not Morris. Moriaris-san. I'm sorry. Nature has no favorites. It can like you or it can hate you. It has no favorites. It will kill you regardless. ダメ？へえ。It's very early, very late for you, for me, yeah. I'm doing a few hours stream before I go my movie watch along with Kampai Nikki. Hey, this is beyond scary. I can't. You must have a special type of boring life to go this extreme. I can't. No, I can't. Next one is about houses. This house has people in it. Is this an ARG? ARG? Or a game? ARG. Chapter 1 Poison Squad American Experiment. Is this an ARG? How can I send a video on Twitter? It's a link to it, but if I don't finish them, I don't wanna do the videos now until I finish them. Local 58, I don't know. I think they did give me that. Are you on RNG? RG? Am I? Jump. Alien-looking creature transforming near ocean floor over 3,700. What the fuck is this? What's this? Yeah, show me the creature. What the fuck is this, huh? What's that? Is that the alien? What's that? La creatura! What's that? It's a fish. Sakana, sakana, sakana. Sakana o taberu. Atama, atama, atama. Atama wa ni. Sakana, sakana, sakana. It's RGB fish. It's an RGB fish. すげえ! すげえ! What's your specs? What CPU did you use? Nice! Give me your information. I would love to know more. ねえ、マジ? That's not real. Did you just cut off in two? It cut off into two pieces? Wait, no! You can't!
There's a new video.
No, it cut off into two pieces. Wait, you see it? Is this mating? Is this mating time? Is it actually two fishes? See? Wait. Oh. It got cut off into two. I think this is a jellyfish mating. Oh. 面白い. Whoa. The deep house fish that's not yet discovered. It looks like a piece of trash. But this is actually RGB. Look at this. This is not real. That's not real. Why do they have shiny? Electricity? Is this electricity? Is this a reflection? Maybe. Bioluminescence. That's so beautiful. Look at that. That's... wow. That's actually interesting. Thank you for this video. That's actually interesting. Hey. UFO Jerusalem.
There's a new video this morning that some say may be proof we're not alone in the universe.
Wow.
A UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The video was said to be taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky. There you see it. Another video from a different angle appears to show the light doing the same thing. Those clips have gone viral now.
Thank you, very cool. I appreciate it dearly. I love pixels as well. By the way, this is fake. No fucking shit, Sherlock! No fucking shit! But no. 待って。Is the Poison Squad America Experience PBS real? America Experience. I'm getting the American experience. I would love that. I finally can have American experience. It's been so long. I can finally be American. Finally. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Chicken.
We sit at a table delightfully spread and teeming with good things to eat.
I want that. Oh.
And daintily finger the cream
PBS video will definitely have DMCA
to make it complete.
あ、そうなのビツビツで thank you. Can I just go through it? Why do I have... Is that the dead horse? Nice. Hey! Let's laugh at the dead horse. Will I get banned? Nice, the horse. Okay then, we're gonna go to Ghost Carton Camera. いいよ。Don't fucking start like that. 3 strike system. We can't risk that. If I get banned on YouTube because of South Park, then where else can I go? We can't do that. I need to have a plan B. Okay. Top 5. Scary.
Top 5 ghosts. Caught on camera.
Spooky.
When you see it. A mother is sitting with her 2 daughters while they eat.
Ah.
The oldest daughter becomes very
Bye bye,
disturbed
ghost.
and frightened by something she can see in the other
Oh,
room.
I know this video.
Even though there's nothing visible in the video.
I know this video. I seen it.
What?
Children have a very good perception of
I
paranormal.
just turned off the lights, that's all.
No?
The mother remains calm, questioning her daughter as to why she
Did
is
you see
scared.
that? Wait.
But she receives no answer.
What did I see? I
The younger
forgot.
daughter looks back, doesn't see anything, and then laughs at how her big sister is seemingly scared of nothing.
Huh? That's...
What was that?
That's the actual terrifying thing. Look at that. Look at that. Fucking children. Fucking kids. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, what, Nanny?
Look at that piece of
What
shit.
are you scared of? The fish? Oh, the fish died. Angel's sleeping already. It's raining, girls.
I don't understand.
Nanny, are you almost done eating? Look at me. Look at me.
You piece of
That
shit.
is,
Karma.
Until the younger girl takes a second look, and suddenly she also sees whatever frightened her older sister. Her reaction is pure terror.
Yeah, karma, bitch.
But you gotta listen to me. Turn around. Look at me.
What does she see? Yeah. I do not understand. I wish I can understand.
Video uploader Angel Ruiz says that both girls claim to have seen a ghost in the other room, even though nothing strange was visible to their mother or captured
It's la
on video.
cucaracha. I like that comment.
Loading dock ghost girl.
Loading dock
Guards at a
ghost
loading
girl.
dock in Mexico spot something strange on their security camera.
Whoa,
What looks like a young girl
security
dressed in
camera.
all black is standing near one of their trucks.
That
While
one?
two guards go outside to investigate, the others watch on the CCTV camera.
Is that Spanish?
Adelante. Caminen hacia atrás 3 pasos.
Ay.
Exactamente está a su espalda y ustedes ahí me ven.
Whoa, no light.
Exactamente ahí donde está haciendo su movimiento.
Con Kitsurika-san.
Diles.
Mate.
Adelante, lo escucho.
No light on the woman.
Ya le abrí aquí la malla al 37, lo dejo que pase hasta del otro lado, lo acompaño al portón.
Mate.
Y lo dejo que vaya.
Venga,
porque
no
hay nada.
Oh.
Hasta ahí,
Hi,
ahí está
Nixie.
don Enrique y Cristian.
Oh, Piku-san, thank you. Is that editing? That's editing. Fake. Second video, it's a fake.
Despite the girl being visible on the security camera monitor, the guards on the lot can't see her, even though she is standing right beside them. While the other guards inside try to direct them to her location over the radio, the guard shines his light around, but they both still seem to see nothing. It almost looks as if the guards believe that they are being pranked by the other security guards inside at the CCTV monitor.
Huh.
Creepiest of all, as the guards search, they seem to pass right through the girl, and one guard's flashlight shines right through her body as well.
I like that. I'm 14 and this is real. But do you believe?
This is Dalhousie Castle in Scotland. It's 800 years old. And the reason why we're here is because the place is rumoured to be haunted.
Australian reporter Helen Parker never believed in ghosts. That is, until the journalist
My
investigated
people.
Dalhousie
Let's
Castle,
drink.
an 800-year-old haunted castle in Scotland.
800 years
Parker was so
old.
confident that she decided to go alone into the castle's dungeon at 2 a.m. Just her and a camera.
It's now nearly 2 o'clock in the morning.
2
I'm down
o'clock
here
in the
dungeon. We
morning.
were having dinner earlier tonight down here. And it's definitely a very, very different mood now. The rest of the castle have gone to bed. Now I should point out I'm the only one in the dungeon. Just me and my camera.
You make
and
it
I'm
more
facing
suspicious.
the only doorway.
You're making it more suspicious, saying I'm the only one here.
But if ever you were going to see a ghost, do you think it would be here?
After
So
sitting for a while and
convinced,
witnessing nothing,
conventional.
she even starts joking about how
Camera.
the castle's ghost called Lady
Yeah,
Catherine
a
might be
woman.
quote, rubbish.
A 4D woman, you're lying
So
to
maybe
me.
it's all just rubbish. Maybe it's all just hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
Maybe there is no such thing as ghosts whatsoever.
Then she even starts taunting the supposed spirit.
Huh.
Anyway, I'm prepared to wait.
Even if this is fake,
Catherine.
you can't do that.
Oh, Catherine.
Oh, Catherine.
It's creeping me out now. Okay, I get it. I'm going.
Huh.
I'm going. Okay,
That was
I get
her
it.
feet. That was her feet. That was her own feet. That was her own
Then
fucking
something
feet.
moves in the dungeon.
Her own
but
heel.
I'm not staying to
It was
find
her
out
feet.
what it is.
She was hitting them with her heel on the
Helen
ground.
Parker
You
says
heard
that
it
during the
previously when
experience,
she made the
felt,
noise.
quote, an intense electrical
Fake.
feeling down the right side
Fake
of
media.
her face and head.
Okay, I get it. I'm going.
They made noise before with the feet, with the heels. It's the same noise. It's the same fucking noise, you deaf people.
I'd like to think I'm a pretty rational person.
Hmm.
But,
Look.
Oh, Catherine.
Wait.
I got it. I'm going.
You here?
Maybe there is no
You
such
here?
thing as gas. What's up?
Then she even starts taunting the supposed
Dinner earlier
Wait, there's
tonight
more
down
sounds
here.
of the hill.
It's definitely a very
soul in Scotland.
o'clock in the morning. I'm down here in the dungeon. We were having dinner earlier tonight down here. It's definitely a very, very different mood now. The rest of the castle have gone to bed. Now, I should point out I'm the only one in the dungeon. Just me and my camera, and I'm facing the only doorway.
I'm the only one in this city as well.
Had no signs of her tonight.
Holy shit, what was that noise? Hi.
But if ever you were going to see a ghost, you think it would be here.
After sitting for a while and witnessing nothing, she even starts joking about how the castle's ghost called Lady Catherine might be, quote, rubbish.
So maybe it's all just rubbish. Maybe it's all just hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. You hear the hill? It's the same hill sound. Same hill sound.
Then she even starts taunting the supposed spirit.
Anyway, I'm prepared to wait. Catherine.
It's the same hill sound. She's
Oh,
just
Catherine.
hitting. She's just hitting the hill. It's cut convenient at her feet, not showing. See?
Okay, I get it.
That's it. We're going home, boys. A cold one on me. We solved the mystery.
I get it.
Helen Park
I like. And in the beginning,
in the Rocky Mountains, his girlfriend zoomed in and snapped an iPhone live photo of him. For those who don't know, an iPhone live photo
we did it,
basically
boys.
captures a 3-second
High five,
video
let's
along
go.
with the normal photo.
Good job today.
Later, when they were reviewing their pictures, they found something very odd.
Ghostbusters.
Even though they were all alone in the wilderness that day, someone appeared to be watching the man from the field behind him.
A man.
On first glance, it looks like someone standing in tall grass. But as this shot shows, the grass in that area is not that tall. So on a second look at the photo, it almost appears as if the person was actually hiding in the grass. But the iPhone live photo 3-second video shows something very different.
A child.
It almost looks like someone walking, even though half of the person's body would be beneath the ground.
Fucking child.
The video is motion stabilized. It looks even creepier.
A child.
Invisible dinner guest. YouTube user bscotty321 was suspicious that his little sister was playing with his food every time he left the room. So he set up a camera to
Conventional
catch
place
her in the
camera, let's go!
Sure enough, she was playing with his food. But
Yay!
she also seemed to be talking to
It's a
someone
fucking
who
ghost.
wasn't there.
I go poo poo.
Yeah! El goblino. I like that. El goblino. Ay, da poo poo.
Let's go dinner.
Show the other half of the table. Show the other half of the table. You're not showing it. You're not showing it. Why? Why?
As she says that's Billy's dinner to someone or something that can't be seen in the video, the silverware on the plate seems to move on its own.
Let's go dinner.
Magnets! 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 Easy! Easy! Magnets!
Let's go dinner.
Fucking magnets! Easy! Shut the fuck up, magnets! Magnets under the table. Debunk. You're welcome. Anytime. Let's go home. How do they work? You put it under the table and it moves over the wrong type. Telepathy. My house walkthrough. This is not the scary one. But this is a famous YouTuber called Nana, who used to do scary YouTube videos. I really enjoyed Nana's videos. He puts a lot of work in his actual house to make this video. He made his house this way just for a video. The dedication on this man. And now he makes Minecraft videos. Amazing. Oh, he's really cute. I love him. He's making a horror game, you're right. So, Nana-san. Ecchi. Careful, Tenma. Why? Why? Is this the MCA video? It's a classic. I know this video already. Hi. Ta-da! Another hallway. You might miss it. I'm not blinking because I know this video. Ah, I blinked. I'm sorry, I missed it. What was it shown? Did you see it? Can you hear the monk? The monk voices? Welcome to my house, so enjoy your stay. It has Wi-Fi and a bathroom. Sold. Did you know you can find the cheapest houses in Japan if you find them haunted or someone died before by suicide? They're so cheap and easier for convenience to live in. I recommend. You can find the cheapest and best of prices. Hi. I like it. Same as Canada. Canada is the same. Really? Can I buy your house after you die in it? No. I'm not selling my house. Another hallway! Just Cookie-san, free rent and I'm sold. Yay! Yokozo! It's quite the best experience. Hi. Grandma's house. I like it. Pretty nice. Scary, can we watch Mio clips to cool down? No. We're gonna continue to watch the spooky. That's a lot of... Oh, that's hair. A wig. Do you know what they say when you find black hair? The ghost is nearby. Nice. I really wanna clean this house. That's a lot of black hair. The longest hallways in my house. That's a lot happening. Oh, it's open. Yatta! Bachan! That's blood. なんか綺麗。わ That's a beautiful outfit. Yeah. I can do it fast. You can clean something very easily if you put your dedication to it. This is YouTube channel of a woman who does cleaning. I think it's a Europe woman or Russian, I don't remember. And she cleans the most disgusting of houses, but she does it in one day, and she does it so well. I love those videos. Ah. Wow. Look at all of that mess. Next hallway. Next hallway, please. I'm interested. Yeah, マジ面白い。うわー。Wow, another hallway. なんかいいじゃん。It becomes worse and worse. The pictures change. No more faces. Look at the faces. Peachy? なんかピーチーっぽい。It's not scary if I've seen it already, man. Oh, the shrine with the dolls. That's very important to have. Dolls do not become rotten. That's the fact of the day. He did this himself, just one person doing all of this. Can you believe it? I do. My ba-chan has a proper shrine with those. A very good shrine. Oh! Another one open. And another, oh! And another one. And another one. Another one. I really like the atmosphere. The bathroom. Oh, 違う。ばあちゃん bedroom. Please. Show me your ばあちゃん。This room. Yeah. This was before Peachy, I believe. Not after. Maybe Peachy got inspiration from. Yeah, びっくりした。ごめん。あ、ごめん。ちょっとびっくりした。はい、すみません。はい。はい。ちょっとだけびっくりした。ばあちゃん。聞こえます。でしょ？プロスゾーン。いやー、久しぶり。久しぶり、この名前。この名前。おお。いいじゃん。おお。すげえ。Another one. トイレ。キモ。Can you hear the sutsura? The sound. Oh, it's beginning. もう助かるぞおいあー it's beginning あー出たいやーおーやおーベイビーおーママトマトジュースケチャップいやそうなの夜そっかそうなのおやすみなさいおやすみlet me show you wait open to the other thing in the matzo the making of this video くさthat scared me. Oh, that scared me. TOS. いや、ちょっとびっくりした。やば。He made this to his own house. すげえデリケーション。 that's their house. No, he never repaired it. He gave progress and never repaired it. It's the same his house. Dedication. They don't clean it, you don't understand. They don't clean it. Durak, they don't clean it. Dedication. Yay! 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 He has a laptop and he did everything himself. Swear dedication. Wow. Yay! Yay! I love his personality. The people who make scary stuff have the most kindest personality. Example, Nana-san has the kindest personality, or Junji Ito-san has such a kind personality. 優しいっぽい。でしょ? But they make the scariest thing. わあ、すごいじゃん。Three creepy videos found on the internet. Real! Beware! I'm not freaking kidding!
Content uploaded to the internet on an hourly basis. It's unsurprising that some creepy or unnatural videos are bound to slip
You're giving me real. You're
Tonight
giving
I'm
me
going
a
to show
real.
you 3 of the
Beware!
creepiest things
Not
found on the
freaking
internet.
kidding you. Show me what you got.
This footage was captured on the security camera of an American police station.
Show me what you got.
I've watched this video myself over and over, and I just can't get my head around what I'm seeing. Take a look for yourself.
Oh, hell yeah. What's it gonna be? Oh, totally real. No, I agree.
The most disturbing thing of all is
Yeah.
no one around them seems to really notice or care about what's happening. Let's take a look at that again. Do you see it?
Oh? Oh.
What the hell? That behavior is very unusual for a man of the law. I think he might have been possessed by a demon. If anyone recognizes this man, alert a local priest, as he may be harboring a demon spirit. In the case of this clip, taken from a long-lost episode of the popular children's TV show Sesame Street, even the media we do trust can betray us. This episode aired once in 1989, but many parents reported feeling uneasy by some of the content present in the episode. It was subsequently pulled from circulation, and all tapes of it were thought to have been destroyed. Until now. A couple of clips have surfaced of the episode.
Hi, Big Bird! Oh, hey, Elmo.
Wait a second. Did you hear that? When that unusual sounding audio was reversed.
What did he say?
This is what it sounds like.
What did he say?
I worked on Sesame Street from 1985 to 1989. 1989 being when this particular episode was produced. It was an uneasy atmosphere on set during the entire production. I was young. I didn't want to lose my job. Everyone else on the crew seemed to feel
Fuck
the same.
you, Baltimore!
Along with it. They said, we need this scene with the Count. He needs to say this, please. I didn't understand. I felt sick. I felt scared. I said it doesn't even make sense for him to say that, but...
Count, can you help me? I need to know how many red berries I have and how many blueberries I have.
For you, dumb bitch!
69.
Exactly what that number meant. Why, God, why?
I personally think this source is telling a big fat fib and knows more than what they're letting on.
Nice. Abandoned
Our final
school.
video surfaced from the darknet. The video comes from an urban explorer who set up a camera in an abandoned high school in the UK.
Dick.
While this video may not seem too unnatural at first, take another look at that mysterious flash. If we slow down the video by 800%, we can see a strange figure roaming the halls.
I can't see it. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
There's been no explanation for this
Real!
footage.
That was
Thank
real!
you for watching the video.
I suddenly believe
Be
in
sure
the
to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell.
I'm gonna give you my life savings. Is that fucking Goku? A Tekken? They know why I'm interested in these videos. I'm gonna subscribe to your Patreon. You have to relax animation. Is that Jesus in the thumbnail? Ah, 違う.
Okay. Okay.
What the fuck?
The first thing you're gonna want to do is relax.
Relax.
And that's gonna start with 2 sharp, shallow exhales from deep inside your person. And everything's fine. It's normal. This is normal. Focus on the moment. Keep the moment in the present. Because everything is here, and now, and okay. Remain relaxed, and calm, Nobody wants to harm you. There are no threats. You are not insane. You are not insane. You are your brain. You are your brain. I want you to take 2 more sharp, shallow breaths and allow yourself to contemplate a moment of true, infinite consciousness. What did you see? What did you see? What did you see? Where did it go? Where did it go? What's in your brain? And how do you know? You are insane. You are insane. There is a bug in your brain. There is a bug in your brain that makes it insane. What can you do? What can you do? They'll lock you away. Put the bug in your brain. Put the bug in your brain. Put the bug in your brain. You're not insane. What the fuck? They'll lock you away. You're not insane. Put
My
the bug in your brain.
Oh, baby. Your baby. So what did you see? What did you see? What did you see? You are insane! You are insane! I like that. Porybius, the video game does not exist. Real? Is this another joke? Why are you all sending me 2-hour videos? I'm gonna start mobbing. Next. M43, thank you. Thank you, welcome. What's this? Nightcrawler's Yosemite Park. What's a human? A long leg human. I don't know if I can take them. We'll see if we can go through all of them. Oh. Is this real? It has a baby. Maybe it's not real. That's cute, actually. That's cute. That's actually cute. It's a baby with the mama. That's cute. Don't think it's real. How about science say, oh mwah mwah, probe sent by alien. Oh mwah mwah. Oh mwah mwah. Oh mwah mwah.
Fast-moving visitor to
Oh
our
mwah
solar
mwah.
system may have been a
Oh mwah
probe
mwah.
sent by an advanced alien civilization.
Oh mwah mwah.
Astronomers were excited to discover the interstellar
Oh
object
mwah mwah.
last year. It was named Oumuamua.
Ah, fuck.
That's Hawaiian for
Oh
messenger
mwah
or
mwah.
scout.
Oh
Tony
mwah mwah.
Coppola takes a look at the
Oh mwah
evidence
mwah.
behind a controversial
Oh mwah
theory.
mwah.
He's at New
Oh
York's
mwah
Hayden
mwah.
Planetarium. Tony,
Oh mwah mwah.
what a story.
Oh
Good
mwah
morning.
mwah. Oh mwah mwah.
Yeah, I hope your son's watching. Good morning. Quick astronomy lesson. What you're looking at here is a meteorite. That came from our
Meteorite.
solar system. Basically, our own
That
intergalactic
killed
backyard.
dinosaurs.
Oumuamua,
Mwah
by
mwah.
contrast, is the first observed object to come from outside
Jason
of our solar system.
Derulo.
And get this, once it
Mwah
got
mwah.
here,
It sounds like
behaved
the
in
next
ways that
Jason Derulo
scientists
song
can't
cover.
quite explain. Which is why this team of Harvard scientists
Early, I'm
is floating a
hungry.
theory
Gonna have
that
breakfast
even they
now.
admit is a
Enjoy
little
stream. Thank you, Azteca-san. Enjoy breakfast.
When Oumuamua was discovered last
It's a big
October,
thank you.
it was tumbling past the sun at 196,000 miles per hour.
Mwah mwah.
To some, the reddish object looked like a cigar.
Looks like
Others
Kunchi.
thought it was shaped like a pancake.
It looks very different from objects that we have found in the solar system.
Avi Loeb, chair of the Harvard
sound like
University
you're from
Astronomy Department,
Switzerland.
said Oumuamua did not behave
Oh,
like an
mwah.
ordinary asteroid
Oh,
or give
mwah.
off gas like a
I like
comet.
this.
There
It's
seems to
cute.
be an extra force that is pushing it. And it's
Oh,
not clear
mwah.
what this push is
Oh, mwah.
from.
In an upcoming paper, he and a colleague offer what they
Mucho
call a more
texto.
exotic scenario. Oumuamua may be a fully operational probe sent intentionally to Earth vicinity by an alien civilization. According to their calculations, Oumuamua is less than a
You see?
millimeter thin, but very wide like a
This
sail,
rock.
harnessing solar radiation to
rock
propel itself.
was sent by
Similar
the
to
aliens.
the spacecraft used by Count Dooku in the
You
Star
can't
Wars
fucking
films.
you Star Wars.
I
That's
just
a
want
fucking.
everybody to take that with a gigantic grain of salt.
Jackie Faraday is an astrophysicist at the American Museum of Natural History. She says Oumuamua did not give off any signals suggesting it was a spacecraft.
If you say that the top 10 list of explanations does not include alien probe, what is on that list?
It's a comet.
Or an asteroid?
Or an asteroid, or rock.
So then where is alien civilization on the list?
Oh yeah, well I have proof they show this in Star Wars, so it must be real.
Faraday doubts Oumuamua's appearance means we're on the
What do you
verge of
mean
an
the Star
alien
Wars did
encounter,
happen?
like the one in the movie Arrival.
I'm gonna fucking kill someone. Stop using movies as a fucking reference, you dumb scientist! You're proving me shit! You're proving me you have no proof at this
For
point!
the public to get excited. It's okay that it's not real.
Now, Oumuamua is out of our solar system, and we can no longer
Mwah,
see it
mwah.
with our satellites. Now, Faraday does have a theory for why we keep coming up with these exotic explanations. As hard as it is to fathom the existence of aliens, it's apparently even harder for us to fathom the idea that we're alone.
Be alone. I did enjoy the live great documentary.
I like that. You could meditate. Yes. Saying that over again. Tony, thank you.
Man, a documentary. I did enjoy The Rival as a movie. There was another one I just watched recently. I watched it yesterday. It's called Was it Destruction? I think it was Destruction. I watched the movie yesterday. It was very beautiful. Was it Destruction? Annihilation. Thank you. Annihilation. Oh, the fourth kind. The fourth element, you mean? Or is that a different movie? Annihilation is actually beautiful. Not explanation, but showing love of destruction. I don't know. I enjoyed the science on it. The science they used. UFO? Remy Gaillard. Is this real? Oh, it's a different movie. I don't know it then.
On en vient à ce phénomène
Un
ovni a-t-il été observé ces dernières nuits dans le ciel d'Occitanie?
On va revenir à ce qui s'est joué dans le ciel d'Occitanie, donc le sud de la France.
En tout cas, les ufologues sont ceux qui étudient les ovnis sur le dossier.
Peut-être un extraterrestre.
Extraterrestre? Oui. Now that's scary, the French. Now that's something I want to investigate as the paranormal team, the French. This is not real, yeah. This is gonna be a music video. DMC. Oh shit, an alien. Motherfucker, send me DMC.
Si ce sont bien des martiens,
ah oui,
la région semble leur plaire. Cette boule lumineuse apparaît toutes les nuits depuis mardi soir, à chaque fois à des endroits différents.
UFO spotted repeatedly in the sky above southern France. The object was seen by people in Montpellier.
C'était une énorme farce montée par l'humoriste Rémi Gaillard.
A guy called Rémi Gaillard, who is a well-known hoaxer.
Gas. Do you have money to pay your gas? What does Indian use as money? Stars? What's the economy on the alien land? Airport. E.T. Go home. Have you ever gotten a chance to play on PC the E.T. game? I have it, the point and click E.T. game. I used to play it a lot. I don't know, it's such a fun game. The old E.T. game. Bang. 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 Bang.
One of the biggest broadcasters here in France went with this particular story.
Voilà, et l'objectif de ce canular dans lequel
Oui, oui, oui.
était de
Oui,
montrer
oui, oui,
que
oui,
les médias
oui.
peuvent croire n'importe quoi. et c'est réussi.
Cette éleveuse sort pour vérifier que tout va bien. La suite.
Allume. Je l'ai. Ça m'éclairait sur à peu près 10 mètres. Je voyais ma vache avec un cercle autour.
Oh, a cow. 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 Moo. Cow. Moo. Ma, there's a fucking ugly cat outside the park, ma! Is this a famous remixer? I never knew about him until now.
C'est les journalistes de TF1 qui s'en vont. C'est en faisant n'importe quoi qu'on devient. N'importe qui. Non.
N'importe qui.
Qu'on devient des ovnis.
Thank you.
Are we the only living things in the entire universe?
Well, you can't just start that after listening to a remix. ちょっと待って。That surprised me. Wow. Elevator Disco Video is a legend. It's in my head now. It's in my head. He makes remixes? いいよ。マンジャマイト。That's a Pokemon. Wait, you're right. That's the... Pokemon was right. Hello. じゃあ
Universe.
Okay, universe conversation. Finally.
The observable universe is about 90 billion
Yeah.
light years in diameter.
Yeah,
There are at least
education.
100 billion galaxies, each with 100 to 1,000 billion stars.
Hi.
Recently, we've learned that planets
Do you watch
are
this
very
channel?
common too.
No.
And there are probably
First time.
trillions and trillions of habitable planets in the
Hi.
universe, which means
First
there
time
should be
I
lots
watched
of
it.
opportunity for
I'm
life
just
to
using the
develop
links
and
put on the
exist,
tweets.
right? But where is it?
お兄さん、
Shouldn't
ビ
the
ツビツ
universe
で
be
thank you.
teeming with spaceships? Let's take a step back.
Step back. Time to learn. Education time, babies.
Even if there are alien civilizations in other galaxies, there's no way we'll ever know about them. Basically, everything outside of our direct galactic neighborhood, the so-called local group, is pretty much out of our reach forever because of the expansion of the universe. Even if we had really fast spaceships, it would literally take billions of years to reach these places, traveling through the emptiest areas in the universe. So let's focus on the Milky Way. The Milky Way is our home galaxy. It consists of up to 400 billion stars. That's a lot of stars. Counting one per second, it would take you 100 lifetimes to count them all.
That's
There are about
billions.
20 billion sun-like stars
What's
in the
this
Milky
game?
Way, and estimates suggest that a fifth of them have an
Fermi
Earth-sized
paradox.
planet in
Where
its
are
habitable
all
zone,
the
the area with
aliens?
conditions that enable life to exist. If only 0.1% of those planets harbored life, there would be 1 million planets with life in the Milky Way. But wait, there's more. The Milky Way
We
is
have
about
actual
13
aliens?
billion years old.
Good night,
In the beginning, it
Yasminazai.
would not have been a good place for life because things exploded a lot. But after 1 to 2 billion
Have a good
years,
rest
the
in
first
time.
habitable planets were born. Earth is only 4 billion years old, so there have probably been trillions of chances for life to develop on
gorillas.
other planets in the
Reactions
past.
favorite.
If only a single one of
They
them
went
had developed
extinct.
into a space-traveling super civilization, we would have noticed by now.
Yeah,
What
you
would
never
such a
watched Star Wars?
civilization look like?
Real.
There are
The
3
scientist
categories.
gave me
A
Squid Game.
Type 1 civilization would be able to access the whole
Scientists
energy
use the
available
movies
on
as
its
a
planet.
reference. It must
In
be
case you're
real.
wondering, we're currently around 0.73 on the scale, and we should reach Type 1 sometime
They
in the
must
next couple of
subscribe to
hundred
Tenma
years.
Maemi.
Type 2 would be a civilization capable of harnessing all of the energy of its home star.
History.
This would require some serious
You're right,
science
my
fiction, but
apologies.
it is doable in principle. Concepts like the Dyson Sphere,
Dyson
a giant
Sphere.
complex surrounding the sun, would be conceivable. Type 3 is a civilization that basically controls its whole galaxy and its energy. An alien race this advanced would probably be godlike to us. But why should we be able to see such an alien civilization in the first place?
Alien.
If we were to build generation spaceships that could sustain a population for around 1,000 years, we could colonize the whole galaxy in 2 million years.
Colonization.
Sounds like a long time, but remember, the Milky Way is huge. So if it takes
We
a couple
will
of million
become the
years to colonize the
superior
entire galaxy,
humans.
and there are possibly millions,
Indigenous
if not
and
billions,
face
of
connect.
planets that sustain life in the Milky Way,
First the
and these
Vtuber on the
other life
moon.
forms have had
Nice.
considerably more time than we've had, then where are all the aliens?
8 hours
This is the Fermi paradox, and nobody has an answer to it.
Fermi
But we
paradox.
do have some ideas. Let's talk about filters. A filter in this context represents a barrier that is really hard for life to overcome. They come in various degrees of scary.
Barrier?
1. There are great filters, and we have passed them. Maybe it is way harder for complex life to develop than we think.
Yeah,
the
there's
process
planets where
allowing
it's too
life to
hot
begin
and planets
hasn't
that
yet
are
been
too
completely
cold.
figured out, and the conditions
But there's
required
been
may be
pictures
really
where
complicated.
life has been,
Maybe
not
in the
life,
past,
but
the universe was way more
but
hostile, and
sign
only
that
recently
used
have
to be
things cooled
life.
down to
I
make
don't
complex
remember, it
life
was
possible.
Pluto
This would also mean
or
that we may
something
be
else, a
unique,
different
or at
planet,
least
maybe
one of the
Neptune.
first, if not the
That used to
first,
have water
civilization in the entire
before
universe.
it became
2.
unlivable.
There are great filters,
So some
and they are
planets
ahead of
actually
us.
used to have
This
life.
one would be really, really bad. Maybe life on our level exists everywhere in the universe,
We are
but it gets
just-
destroyed
we
when
are
it reaches
just-
a certain point,
what
a
you call
point
it?
that lies ahead of us. For example, awesome future technology
Natural
exists,
selection.
but when activated, it destroys the planet. The last words of every
Maybe we are
advanced
the
civilization would
Mao.
be, "This new device will solve all of our problems once I
Maybe
push
we
this
are
button."
Mao.
If this is true, then we are closer to the end than the beginning of human existence.
Well.
Or maybe there is an ancient Type 3 civilization that monitors the universe, and once a civilization is advanced enough, it gets eliminated in an instant.
Oh, is
Maybe
it?
there is something out there
Much
that it
more
would be
better.
better not to discover.
We were cringe
There is
anyway.
no way for us to know.
I accept
One final thought.
the end of the
Maybe
world.
we're alone.
Faster.
Right now, we have no evidence that there's any life besides us. Nothing.
No, it is
The universe
evidence. What the
appears to
fuck?
be empty and dead.
When was this
no
video
one
made?
sending us messages, no one answering our calls. We may be
What's it all?
completely alone, trapped on a tiny moist mud ball in an eternal universe.
No, I don't
Does
believe
that thought
it.
scare you?
Don't
If it
believe
does,
it.
you're having the correct emotional reaction. If we let life on this planet die, perhaps there will be no life left in the universe.
Hard evidence.
Life will be gone, maybe forever. If this is the case, we just have to venture to the stars and become the first Type 3
We will make
civilization
it real.
to keep the
We
delicate
can
flame
make
of
Star
life
Wars
existing
real.
and to spread it
We
until
can-
the universe
we
breathes
can
its final
finally
breath
put-
and vanishes into oblivion.
Oh, the
The universe
63
is
to
too
reality.
beautiful not to be experienced
Holy
by
shit,
someone.
that'd be so cool.
This video was made possible by your
thank
support.
you.
It takes
Wow. We can finally do it. Sorry, space is owned by Disney. Oh. Mom. What's this? N31. N31? They found a worm on Mars. See, that's life. It's just baby step. Alex house set marble hornets. Okay, fake. 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 Zoom in. Fake. I knew it. Fake. Fake. Oh, we finished it. Wait, 1 second. Let me get more links from Twitter. ちょっと待って。From the Twitter thing. よしよしよしよしよし。ミステリートーク。ちょっと待って。エイリアン、私エイリアン。あなたの心を惑わせる。感じておきときめき。エイリアン、あなたのエイリアン。キュン。好き。When will I do an alien cover? That's a good question. Wait, what's this? Add to playlist. Have I added it? Yes. Can I get rid of these ones? 1 second, let me get rid of a few of these. Dun dun di dun dun ta ra 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 dun ta ra 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 dun. Yes, let me put more videos. One moment. Man, you keep giving me 30 minutes to 1 hour videos. I'm gonna kill someone.
Just let me know.
Hi.
Just let me know.
Hi. いや、ちょっと待って。I'll let you know in a second. One moment. Add to playlist. Is this the most scariest thing ever? No, hey, I'm gonna add this. 1 second. No, I'm gonna add this in the playlist. This is one of the most terrifying videos I've seen. Real, proven. I agree with you. 1 moment. I love documentaries. You do? Okay. What's even happening? Why are you all sending me these? I just want to talk about 8 hours and you're all sending me trash! You're fucking sending me trash! Easy? I'm gonna watch your shitty videos, okay. はい。じゃあ、
Before the video starts, I'm really excited to
Fuck!
announce that I finally have one for yourself.
Fuck off!
So check the link in the description.
I'm not gonna
Make
buy
one for
your
yourself.
merchandise. Buy mine instead. Hi, thank you. Are you a fan of pro VTuber wrestling? VTuber wrestling? 3D?
The Diablo
Yeah,
Pass
I think
incident.
it's fun.
A case that many consider to be one of the greatest
I was just
mysteries
watching
of all
meme
time,
video instead. I
as
wanted to
over
watch
60
8
years
hours.
later, there is no agreed upon conclusion to what exactly had happened to those hikers.
Oh, I know
And part of
this.
what has always drawn me to this mystery.
I know this.
is
It has
its
been
uniqueness,
fixed. It's
as I
the.
always thought
I know
nothing
this
like
one.
it could ever
They eat a
happen
type of
again.
root that was actually not good in
Little
big
did I
quantity,
know.
and they go loco, and they did this to themselves. It's no 8 hours. It's just them being stupid and having no food
It was
resource.
August 9th,
I know this.
1993,
I
as
know
a group
this.
of Ukrainian kayakers paddled their way through a remote river in southern
Debunk.
Siberia.
Debunk.
The river tour would take them near the vast Kamar-Daban mountain
I don't remember
and
what
give
you
them
told
a
me,
full
Flo.
view
I
of
just
its
watched the
beauty.
Wendigo video.
As they followed the twisting river, the group would catch a
Memory
glimpse
zero.
of something moving in the
Spoilers! Oh, I
woods.
apologize
It
deeply.
was
I'm
a
gonna
young
shut up.
lady wandering aimlessly with a frozen expression on her face.
Hi, hi.
She was all alone with blood on her
Mhm.
jacket. The kayakers would call out to her, asking who she was and if she needed help, but the girl didn't answer. In fact, she didn't say a word. Whatever she had seen on that mountain range had traumatized her, to the point where
Oh,
she
wait, this
couldn't
is a
speak,
different story.
having barely
Wait.
spoken of the incident to this day.
Yeah, ちょっと。
The kayakers would bring her back to civilization, where it would be discovered that her name was Valentina Yudachenko, a hiker who had been visiting the area as part of a tourist expedition through the mountain range.
Nice. I
But
know
the
another
concerning
one
part
named
was
Pachinko.
she
Oh,
wasn't
Panko.
alone.
It reminds me
Or
of
at
my
least
my
she
lovely
hadn't been when
kohai.
she started her hike. In fact,
Every
she had been
time
with
when I'm
6 other
gonna go
hikers during
Pachinko,
her
I'll
trip,
think of Panko.
hikers who were nowhere to be found.
Just for you,
What
Panko-chan.
happened in those mountains that was so traumatic that it left Valentina in a state of
You
shock
made me
for
into a
years
gambling addict.
and caused the
It's all your
disappearance
fault,
of her
Panko-chan.
entire crew. Well, the story is as strange and disturbing as it gets.
Come on, Pachinko!
It all started on August 2nd, 1993, 7 days
1993.
before Valentina would be found lost in the woods. A group of 7 hikers had set out on a
1993,
tourist
1993.
expedition through the Siberian mountain range of Kamar-Daban. The group consisted of 24-year-old Tatiana Filipenko, 23-year-old Alexander Kresin, as well as
1993 もちろん
Victoria
Yeah.
Zalasova,
ありそうだ
Tamar Bapanov,
Bapanov.
and of course, Valentina Yudachenko,
Valentina
each of whom were
Yudachenko.
merely teenagers. But despite their
Hmm.
youth, they were all well-trained and experienced hikers, and the group was led by 41-year-old Ludmila Korovina, an internationally renowned master in pedestrian tourism with immense knowledge of the area.
Pedestrian.
They were a well-prepared and run group.
They are
And the
so cute.
Kamar-Daban Mountains were
I love
not
those
viewed
type
as
of
being
cute
dangerous,
photos.
especially in the middle of summer. The general area was a popular tourist attraction, and when Ludmila's crew set out on the morning of August 2nd, 2 other groups would follow on nearby trails, one of which was even led by Ludmila's 16-year-old daughter, Natalia.
やば
The two would plan on meeting up the very next day in the mountains along with their respective crews, before Ludmila and company
do they all-
would continue on towards Lubyanka.
Why
their
do all
final
of this type of
destination.
videos sound the
Luckily
same?
for them,
Can
the weather
I...
forecast had predicted clear skies
Why do
for
they
the
all
majority
sound-
of the trek, making the conditions perfect for a hike.
A little bit faster,
The
please.
forecast couldn't have been more wrong.
See, now he sounds normal.
On and off spouts of freezing rain poured down upon the group and predicted an oncoming snowstorm
Hi.
as the group climbed the Kanulu Mountain. And by August 4th, the snowstorm was in full effect,
They all
pummeling
sound the
exhausted
same.
hikers
Sweet.
and forcing them to reroute and miss their connection with Natalia's group. Drained of energy, Ludmila would make the call to set up camp near the top of a clear
That
summit
day.
and rest for the night.
Oh, I did
Move
not
that
see
to
the
this day is still
pictures
questioned,
actually.
as the hikers were merely half an hour away from a shelter that stood on
The
top of that
pic-
very mountain.
I did not see the
Nevertheless,
picture.
they would spend the night there, and they waited for the morning. The sun would rise the next day to more stormy weather, with the snow continuing to fall around them. Ludmila knew that staying where they were would only spell trouble.
So
she
yeah.
ordered the group down the mountain and into the cover of the woods below.
Mm.
They'd never make it there.
They eat
Just minutes
each
into their
other's
descent,
faces.
Alexander Kreiston would begin to stumble. The man considered to be the strongest of the group would fall to the ground as his mouth began to fill with foam. Blood would rush out of his
Is
ears
it
and his
because
nose
of the
as he laid there
roots?
seizing violently in front of his group. The hikers stood there stunned. Kreiston was in perfect health, and just minutes ago he was fine. And now he laid in front of them, dying. They had been outside for mere minutes, and already one of their crew members were down.
Never
Recognizing
seen
the
the
severity of the
pictures.
situation,
That's so
Ludmilla knew
interesting.
that they had to react quickly. So she volunteered to stay behind with Alexander and appointed the two remaining boys, Dennis and Tamar, to lead the rest of the group on their descent to the
First case
forest.
of failed mobbing.
And so, the five bikers continued moving forward without their leader and their strongest member, trudging ahead in a state of shock and confusion.
Is
However,
this too fast? I
descent
can
would
go
last
low a little bit. I went
As they walked out of sight of Ludmilla and
1.5
his dying
speed.
friend, screams started ringing out from on top of the hill.
125.
As Ludmilla,
I'll put
they rushed
125.
back
I'm
up to see
sorry.
what was the matter.
See,
Only to
sounds
find
normal
that
if I do
disturbing
it on
scene.
speed 90.
Alexander was lying there, dead. Ludmilla was dying too, unable to move
Yeah.
and on her last breath.
I
To
like
this day,
this
it's
box.
still unclear what she died from,
you.
with reports saying that she had suffered from the same
I'm
mysterious
happy you
illness
like me
that
on Twitch
Alexander
too.
seemed to have,
Mm.
while others say that it may have just been a
Just
heart
as
attack.
much as you like
Either
me on
way,
YouTube.
chaos erupted from the group. Both Victoria and Tamar would quickly collapse on the ground, twitching violently and bleeding the same way that Kreiston had. They
It's
began
because
tearing
of
at their
the
clothes,
root.
ripping them off and grabbing their necks as if they were being choked, all the whilst they desperately tried to gasp for air. Valentina rushed to help Victoria, but in an instant, the suffering girl
wanna
would
try
sink her
audiobooks.
teeth into Valentina, biting her
That
and
sounds
forcing her to fall.
interesting, actually.
While this happened,
Whoa.
Dennis started to run away from the group
Look at
out of
the
fear and
cute.
confusion,
Someone's
having no idea what was happening to his friends.
Thank you
or why.
kindly.
He could only watch as,
gift
one by
thank
one,
you.
they began to lose their minds and
Yes,
their
I
lives.
see.
With
Wow.
Dennis hiding from the group, Tatiana also began to
Tatiana.
tear her warm clothing off, exposing her body to the freezing cold elements. She too grabbed for her throat and acted as if her own body was torturing her. Once on the ground, she would turn her attention to the rock that lay next to
Sweet.
her, and in an instant, she would begin to smash her head against it.
Oh my
over and
goodness.
over again,
The
until her
effect
body
on
would go
this,
limp.
what you
In a
call
matter
it?
of what must have felt like minutes, the group of 7 had withered down to just
You
2,
should do
as the suffering
dramatic
hikers
reading
had stopped moving
subreddit.
altogether,
I don't use
likely having
Reddit.
succumbed to their mysterious
I
symptoms.
don't wanna touch it.
Dennis would emerge to help Valentina.
It's an
as the
account
two
made
were
by
the only ones
Sakura-san
left
who
who
was
hadn't
never
faltered.
touched.
However, their health was starting to wither as well. They
I
remained
don't
in
know
the
how
forest,
to use
close to the
Reddit.
site where their whole group had just died, unsure of what to
Come
do
on.
next. And I can't imagine the silence and the confusion they must have been experiencing as they stood there together after witnessing all their friends drop dead in front of them. Friends that a mere hour ago were in perfect health. And this dark fate wasn't quite finished with the group either.
I'm hungry.
As a short time later, Dennis would collapse alongside Valentina as he too began
Valentina.
bleeding profusely, leaving Valentina as the only living member of the group.
Hi.
Completely traumatized and scared
Hi,
for her life,
Somachi.
Valentina took supplies from the camp and proceeded to wander alone in the forest.
Hi.
She did so for 3 days before being found by the kayakers on August 9th.
That's yeah, I did not know this much of the story.
Почти сразу остановила группу и попросила подняться за ней кого-нибудь.
Am I allowed to show this?
И остальные накрылись им.
Oh, okay, it's blood.
Глаза у Саши были огромные.
Oh no, that's horrible.
It would be 3 weeks before the bodies were discovered, as they received no guidance from the deeply traumatized Valentina.
I like that
And what
name.
the rescue party saw when they stumbled upon the
Okay,
scene
I got
would
scared.
shake them to their core, with one member saying it was a scary picture. The hikers were lying on a small ledge, some huddled together, some a little distance away.
Kaisan,
They
thank
had
you.
no eyes. In the empty sockets
No
and parted
eyes.
mouths, worms were crawling.
Ugh.
It's a story
Himo.
that seemingly
We're
makes no
watching the
sense. 6
Kamadaban
healthy people
incident.
turning insane
If I
and dropping
pronounce
dead
it
in a matter of
properly.
minutes. Which prompts the
面白い。
all-important question, what happened to those hikers? A question that to this day remains without a true answer.
It's
A
horrible
few of
as
the
a
hikers'
mother.
bodies would be flown
If
into
you're a
the
mother,
Siberian city of
to see your
Yulin-Yudi, where
child or
autopsy
hear
reports
your
ruled
child's
that
death.
the 6 hikers had died of
So
hypothermia
yeah.
and protein deficiency, pointing to the idea that the group had not been eating enough throughout their trip. But the more I look into this, the less I believe that this is possible. Just
面白い。
looking over the symptoms,
Hello.
this cause of death does explain some of their behaviors, such as the paradoxical undressing. However, it fails to explain them all. The biting, the
No,
banging
it
of their
has
heads
been
against rocks,
explained
the foaming of the
by
mouth,
the root
and the
they
bleeding are all
state.
inconsistent with this conclusion.
It's called
In addition, I find it strange that the hikers had perished a mere minutes into their hike. They had only been outside and exposed to the
The
elements
video with the
for a
people
short
at the
period of
mountains
time,
who started
and they all
eating
had
each
had
other's
a long,
eyes.
warm night's
You know,
rest in their
that one.
tents. So how could hypothermia have set in so quickly? After all, it was summertime, and despite the snow, the temperature was likely barely below freezing. Also, if hypothermia were truly to blame, and they were in such bad shape that each hiker died in the span of minutes, then how could Valentina have continued to survive for 3 more days?
The eyes are the easier to take out because of the soft cartilage.
Protein deficiency,
So I would
Valentina
understand why
herself
they
had
took out the
mentioned
eyes
that the group
first.
had eaten well throughout their trip, and had even ate together on the morning of their deaths. It's also worth noting that they ate as a group together,
delicious!
with each member eating the same thing. So how had Valentina survived if she had eaten what they had eaten? And has caused myself and many others to doubt this theory. But if it wasn't hypothermia and protein deficiency, then what could it have been?
Protein deficiency.
As is the case with most mysteries, some have blamed the supernatural, believing that something otherworldly had happened to the group, while others have taken a more scientific stance,
eyes are like
claiming
boiled
things like low
eggs.
frequency in the area, which caused the group to go in a panic.
Yummy.
But I have a hard time
Yummy,
believing
yummy.
either of these, as the area was not all that remote, and it's well studied by scientists. Plus, this doesn't line up with Valentina's testimony, as well as the conditions of their bodies. Another possibility is that the group had eaten something poisonous on their trip, an idea that is certainly possible, as
Jelly
Ludmilla was
balls?
often
Yeah,
known
it's
to be
like a
forger.
jelly, it's soft.
So perhaps she had picked some sort of fungus or berry,
So,
giving it to the
so.
group to eat, without realizing that it was actually toxic. A poisonous mushroom
That's
could certainly
just
cause the
weird
hikers to
because
hallucinate and
she's a
potentially bleed
professional.
internally.
She should have known
But
of
the issue
this. Was
is,
this
Valentina
intentional?
never mentioned that the group had foraged for food, and she is on record saying that they had eaten well. If they had ate something suspicious out there, she certainly would have told authorities. Plus, if they had all eaten together, then how had Valentina not been poisoned? And finally, Ludmilla was an expert at this kind of
So,
stuff, so
that's
it's
the
unlikely
weird
that she would
thing.
make a
Did she
mistake of this
confuse
magnitude,
it?
especially given how well she knew the area. But if it hadn't been the food that had poisoned them, then perhaps it was something in the air.
No.
Russia has long since been known for their development of deadly
Russia.
chemical weapons, producing them in secret and testing them in undisclosed locations. And around this time, it's documented that they had a specific interest in deadly
Flobo, what the
nerve
fuck did you
agents,
do?
chemicals that could have caused
What
the
the fuck
hikers
did
to
you do in
snap and act
Russia?
the way they did.
What
as well
the
as causing
fuck?
their bleeding and
I look
foaming
away
in the
for
mouth.
1 minute and you're
Because
going
of this,
fucking
I don't
Russian
think it's
mountains
possible
eating
that the Russians
people.
had been testing, or
The
even
fuck's wrong
entering
with you?
agreement with
Control
the
yourself.
where the hikers just happened to be. After all, in 1993, the Soviet Union was already disbanded, an event that caused
Soviet.
thousands of these chemical weapons to go missing, likely being sold or dumped. And just looking at the way the hikers had died, it seems like the best possibility for explaining how it happened so quickly. Now, following this theory even more, the case gained virtually no media coverage, besides for a single local article, and it's barely known to this day, pushing some to believe that it could
Why
have
they're
been
not
covered
talking
up.
about this
And there's
more?
also one final key detail that I found in my research that could point to this theory being true. After authorities were alerted that a group of tourists were missing, they didn't set out a search party until a full week had gone by, despite there being clear weather. Some online have taken this as an indication that authorities were waiting for the toxins in the area to clear before beginning their search.
Yeah, that's
But there are
suspicious
some issues.
actually.
First of all, the
That's
location where the hikers were
suspicious,
visiting was
actually.
fairly popular, and they were a mere
They said
100
no
meters away
one.
from a shelter that was designed for people to stay in. So why would the military test or dump weapons there? Wouldn't they select a more remote area? And also, how had Valentina survived? If there truly was a deadly chemical in the air there that was so powerful that it killed every member of the group
Sasu.
that quickly, then
Sasu.
it's nearly impossible that Valentina would have
面白い。
survived. And because of that, I can't settle on this as a definite conclusion.
はいはいはい、
It's a
わかった。
frustrating case as the
はいはいはい、わかったわかったわかったわかった。Oh, let me show you the most scariest of videos. Stomach, shut the fuck up! Stomach? My stomach is making noise. The pee 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 horror video. Oh.
18 happy friends at a slumber party. Big fat fluffy pillows wanting to be hugged. 18 friends wanting to love. Happy friends at a slumber party. On their feet wanting to pillow fight.
Slumber parties are alright. Happy friends with their pillows super soft. Happy friends about to have a dance-off. Big, happy, friendly friends. Sleeping at the slumber party, telling scary stories in their beds like a book.
Why the fuck you guys? You guys sending me shit like that? Extraordinary until proven otherwise.
Just let me know.
Hi. Rehyo-san, good luck finding the 8 mouse. I'm trying my best, but none of you are giving me the information I need. None of you. Wait, I'm gonna go get snack fast. Stay here and watch the 8 mouse, okay?
In early 2007, this silent black and white video was uploaded by a user on a conspiracy and UFO-centric forum called Above Top Secret. The user claimed the video depicted a disc-shaped UFO outmaneuvering a fighter jet somewhere off the coast of Mexico in the mid-2000s. They had supposedly gained access to the video while serving on board a US aircraft carrier and claimed to have smuggled the potentially classified material off the ship. While some members of the forum chose to believe their story, others were not so easily convinced. For instance, the video was hosted on a website belonging to a group of German film students, which led some to denounce the clip as an attempted hoax. Even those who believed it could be genuine still complained that it was a totally uninspiring video of a fuzzy dot.
Where's the Elimao? I got crunchy snacks. Hi.
Over a decade later, this long-forgotten video suddenly resurfaced
I'm a professional, I
as part of an article by the New York Times. The video was now linked to a secret government-funded program and was even corroborated by a credible eyewitness. What had initially been dismissed as a hoax turned out to be real. The video was said to depict a genuine encounter between US Navy fighter jets. Time out for doubtable. Things get a bit more confusing once we audio.
So this video is 30 minutes long. I am at the end of the video. He's been talking for 30 minutes about the dot in the sky. About the fucking pixel in the sky you giving me a 30 minutes presentation about. I might as well jump through the window and do a double backflip than this. Kids creepypasta.
Howdy.
Howdy.
If you grew up with shows like Arthur, Sesame Street, or Thomas
Sesame
the Tank
Street.
Engine, you probably know they have plenty of room for creative, spine-chilling tales. But instead today, let's look at the bottom rung of true literary trainwrecks. Because when it comes to bad creepypastas, we can truly never decipher where they're going to go next. So let's check out 10 truly abysmal PBS Kids creepypastas.
My snack
And
is
of course,
cheese
if I'm
stick.
talking
Stick with
creepypastas,
little bit of
there's
cheese.
no way I'm not inviting one of my favorite YouTubers and an old friend of mine, Hoodoo Hoodlum's Revenge.
Glad to be back, Strider. Creepypastas are like second nature to me.
What's that
So, as
TV
always,
show?
I'm happy
I don't know that one. I've seen
in case any
memes
of
of
the
it.
authors of these stories come across this video, please do not take it to heart. We are only criticizing these stories and not you as people.
Absolutely right, Dennis. These
Dennis?
awesome stories have helped entertain a lot of people
Achoo.
now, and for that,
South Park!
Also, all links to the original creepypastas are in the description below. And with that,
I'm so
let's
happy I
begin.
never watched Thomas the Tank.
Hey, dude,
The
you
tank.
ever heard of
That's
Ghost Coal
scary.
Mine? Oh, cool.
He punched his little sister.
Ah.
My favorite! I'm gonna now watch your cartoon.
Anyway, let's check it out.
Fuck yeah! My
Thomas,
favorite.
all aboard the Dead Team.
I will never look at Thomas and Friends the same again after what I have seen. I was in a Goodwill, and I found this Steamies vs. Diesels VHS tape. That's a lucky find. Very convenient for the story as well. There was no spine or back to the cardboard case, so I just thought, whatever. Fair enough. Whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat.
Once I came home, I shoved my tape into the VCR, and it started. The Thomas intro was in reverse, and the sky was red throughout the whole video. I didn't take much notice, and I just kept watching. The episode Thomas to the Rescue had no narration.
Nothing
And it
suspicious.
skipped to the part where Diesel was boasting about his new fuel. Thomas had an evil grin on his face.
Instead of Diesel just breaking down, he exploded! So did Mavis. I saw blood! Ding! Oh, I guess we're not doing the blood counter, huh? And leftover parts from the Diesel's left, and smoke was everywhere. I mean, I knew trains were unreliable, but this is ridiculous. Here I was thinking a train arriving 20 minutes late was bad, but look at this. Now they're exploding left and right.
You smell this,
You gotta be careful out there.
It ended right after with Thomas laughing in an evil way. I wanted
What
to
is
throw
this
up. Instead,
happening?
I grabbed the
I
tape
was
and threw
supposed
it
to
in the
watch
garbage.
ARMAO
I don't know if I
videos.
could ever
Why am I
watch
watching
the
Thomas
Tank
the
Engine the same way
Tank?
again. Oh, that's the end apparently. I don't know, this episode still managed to sound less insulting than the Thomas episode Wonky Whistle. That episode's the real kind of garbage.
I am a very silly engine.
What is it? What? Oh, don't be silly, Boo. That's just boxing kangaroos. Yeah. You know, Boo, sometimes reality is weirder than fiction. Barney, the lost episode. Yesterday, I was looking at my TV guide, and I saw something that caught my eye. Tonight only, a lost episode of Barney and Friends. First and only chance to see it airs at 7.
Naturally, I asked my kids if they wanted to see it. Obviously, they said,
looking at me!
I got the popcorn ready. They love to eat popcorn while watching Barney. Only the most essential information right here. When the time finally arrived, they ran into the living room,
I don't know,
turned on the
Barney, this is
TV, and
scary.
sat down on the couch with me. It started the theme music playing. However, something wasn't right. When is it ever right in these stories?
For starters, I could vaguely hear whispering during the music, and it sounded creepy. But I shrugged it
What's
off,
he saying?
assuring myself that it was
Does
just
he
my
say fuck you,
imagination.
Barney?
Anyway, the episode began like it always does, with the kids talking about something while holding a doll version of Barney. Then poof!
Do
he
they
comes
have
to life,
games?
giggling like an idiot. He started speaking, and I turned it up slightly so I could hear it.
Musero.
Very important information there.
Fuck you,
Barney sounded
Baltimore!
slightly weird, as if two people were talking at once. One with his normal voice, and another that sounded demonic. I tried to ignore it, as these authors always do. That's when I heard Barney say, "Hi kids, today I'm gonna teach you about death."
I nearly
Oh,
fell
fuck
out of my
yeah!
seat when I heard that. I wanted to turn it off, but for some
What
reason
happens when I die, Barney? Answer the
The
fucking
show
question.
kept going. Child 1. What's death, Barney?
This is.
His face suddenly turns angry and he grows teeth. He laughs evilly and he bites the poor child's head.
For some reason, my children
Wow.
kept watching, not affected by the obviously disturbing stuff going on.
The new
These
Five
are
Nights
some
at
tough as
Freddy
nails
game is
kids.
really
Barney
realistic
then proceeded to
nowadays.
kill all the children one by one, each time roaring. The children at this point started to run away from Barney, screaming and crying for their parents to save them.
Barney just chuckled and says,
Mommy and Daddy can't save you now.
And he ate the children.
No, it's real. What do you mean
Then
this
the
is
green
fake?
girl dinosaur and the yellow dinosaur
spelled
came in,
children wrong.
apparently
That's
not
a real
noticing
video.
The eaten children. Well, Barney, the green one said.
I'm sorry, I
Barney
really
grinned
cannot
and
watch
evil-
this. The children. Film theory do not believe his lies. Mandela catalog? What's the Mandela catalog? It's not this. Well, it's not this channel that got, or was it Game Theories that made the theory so bad that the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's said it's not correct, and everyone was angry at him at some point. Was it not this man? And even if he got that message from the creator, he was like, no, well, I'm still alright. Or something like that. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Wait the fuck up, Joseph.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show that's contractually obligated to never sleep again. Thankfully, I know just the thing to help with that, the Mandela Catalog. A terrifying series of 6 videos here on YouTube that are guaranteed to give you nightmare fuel for weeks. Produced by Alex Kister, the Mandela Catalog is the latest and greatest example from the increasingly popular world of analog horror. Think
it's a
Gemini
game.
Entertainment, The Walton Files. Apparently, there was just something about the 1980s that was utterly terrifying. Oh no, those shoulder pads, they're so big! Is that thing a cell phone or a brick? Kill it! Kill it with fire! Ex-President Ronald Reagan? No, get back! I can't handle your trickle-down.
Who the fuck is this?
Anyway, all joking aside, the Mandela Catalog tells its terrifying tale through a series of 1980s and 90s era VHS tapes, all originating in the mysterious Mandela County where children have started to go missing and a mysterious intruder is breaking into local homes. But what begins as a few simple home videos quickly descends into a tale of kidnapping, body swapping, religious conspiracy, and metaphysics. This one is gonna get dark, friends, so buckle up while we try to crack open the unholy horrors that exist.
I know a better explanation YouTube channel. Let's just watch Wendigo at this point. Yeah, there is your content. Let's just watch Wendigo. Yeah, just watch Wendigo at this point. I can't just watch this man. I can't. I really can't.
It's okay.
Yosh!
It's okay.
I hate content leeches. Let's go! This is my channel! That's what I'm doing on Twitch! But don't you worry.
Sorry.
Hello, Mango-san! Welcome back. That's what Michan's doing on Twitch now!
Wait from us. You still run to them every chance you get.
If it's too loud, please tell me, okay? Don't wanna make it too loud for you. Let's learn about Bigfoot.
Today we're going to be breaking down and analyzing the most recent episodes of the Mandela Catalog. The Mandela Catalog is an internet horror series set within a timeline where creatures known as alternates have invaded humanity. These
No deeper
alternates
voice that
terrorize and
goes
eventually
one word a
replace
minute
the people
that's
they
like,
prey upon. And with the clues and tragic stories we see throughout the
Mandela
series, we're able to put together a horrific idea of what these creatures are and
speaking
what
actually
they really
normally.
want. And that is exactly
I
what
like
we are
this
going to be
man.
doing today. Now, if you've clicked on this video, you may know that I already covered the first half of this series in my original Mandela Catalog video, link in the description. I recommend you watch that before this one, but if you just want to watch this video, then I will give a brief rundown in just a minute. But more so than watching my original video, I highly recommend that you watch the original Mandela Catalog as made by Alex Kister. Alex has done a fantastic job at crafting a series that gets better with every entry. And while I'm going to talk about a lot of the elements that I find interesting and why I think the series is so important, it really is a disservice to not
watching the catalog because
so what I
we are
recommend
too
is
stupid
go
to
this
understand.
channel. It will be
I'm
the
a
top
stupid
link in the
woman.
description
I
just below
need
the ad. And check it
explanation
out
of
for
someone
yourself
so
before
I
we
can
get into
understand the
series
actual
analysis.
context.
So if you're caught up on all of that, then stick around as we continue to unravel the
I'm a
mysteries
woman, you see?
of the Mandela Catalog. But it's not only the season of existential dread, it's also the season of summer. So why not make your summer better with today's sponsor, Raycon earbuds. With the best audio quality and the best package available at half the price, you will be able to get your Raycon earbuds for 15% off. That is right. 15% off. Just go to the
It's
link in the
okay, it's gonna
description
do
at
explanation very quick.
buyraycon.com/Wendigoon, and you can start making your summer even better beginning now. Thank you all so much for watching the ad. Thank you so much to Raycon for sponsoring this video. It really does mean the most. Hope you all check them out. Link is in the description, and we are back to the video. We are going to go ahead and get into it, but as always, thank you for watching. As a brief rundown of my first video to make sure that everybody's caught up, I theorize that the Mandela Catalog takes place in a timeline where Satan and the armies of hell overtook religion on Earth. In the original videos of this series, we not only see the false shepherd take the place of religious authority on Earth, but we also see the consequences that that action would later have. These demons, or alternates as they're called within the series, cannot directly interact with humanity, at least not initially. See, according to what we're told in Intruder Alert, these alternates inhabit a different plane of existence, and the only way that they can pass into our world is if they're invited in. And as we see in the Mandela Catalog Volume 1, this is most often done by convincing a person to take their own life, to which the alternate will then inhabit the form of that person, replacing them on Earth or creating what we know as a doppelganger. In my original video, I described the life cycle of these alternates as such. An alternate begins to psychologically torment a person, most often through MAD, also known as metaphysical awareness disorder, and eventually gets that person to take their own life. Once that's done, the alternate can then step into our reality and take that person's position. This is what happens to Caesar within Volume 1. Now, in the realm of the physical, the doppelganger has no problem interacting with humanity. Again, as we see in Volume 1, Caesar's alternate, now taking Caesar's position, has no problem killing his mother. Once this gateway has been opened between these planes of existence,
I was eating. I'm so sorry. I was eating a snack. I'm gonna put this away. レイドだ。レイドありがとう。いやー、ようこそ。We are watching horror YouTube video. ようこそ。アナログロで、そう。いやー。レイドありがとう。じゃあ、配信続きます。トゥル。待って。あれShe say Michiru is my member from Base Connect, from the same generation, Gen 1. She does on Twitch a lot of Dark Souls. She's at second Dark Souls and she's strong, cool gamer. So if you would like check Michiru, Shisui Michiru stream, okay? はい。じゃあ続けましょう。
It allows more of these alternates to attach to people and manipulate them through fear. And it seems that once an alternate has attached to you, there's no way out other than taking yourself out of the picture. The reason that these alternates have been around for thousands of years but unable to act until the timeline of the Mandela Catalog is because due to the nature of them existing on different spectrums of reality, they had very limited contact with people until advancements in technology such as television. And now that these new advancements in technology exist, it seems that nothing can stop them. There were two alternates that I pointed out in the original series as being unique from all the others. One of them was the man in the hoodie that Mark saw at the bottom of his staircase when he was a young child. This figure, simply called an intruder, seemed to not be interested in taking Mark's position or necessarily tormenting them. He was just kind of there in the background and seemed to be following a young child who would one day become the victim of an alternate encounter as seen in Volume 1. The other unique alternate is the one who seemingly started everything, the false shepherd. The false shepherd seems to be the one who overtook religion in Overthrown, and seems to be the ringleader of whatever's going on. In my original video, I said this was supposed to be a sort of bizarro version of Jesus. Other people have said it's supposed to be the angel Gabriel. However, I don't think it really matters because the two would serve the same function in the story, and I'm just going to keep calling them the false shepherd because I think it sounds cool. And also, another thing that I saw in the comments a lot on that last video and other places is people were considering the story sacrilegious because it dealt with themes of religion like that. And as a Christian, no. This is the same complaint people had about Doom whenever those video games came out, because they figured, oh, the game contains demons, therefore it's anti-religious. But as the creator of Doom said, it is hard to make a more anti-demon game than a game that entirely revolves around killing demons. And while the Mandela catalog uses these sacred names to tell a fictional story, it is very steadfast in the idea that the whole demon thing is not good. It's pretty clear that the creatures are evil and not to be trusted. And the story is saying it would be a bad thing if this is how the world works. It's pretty confident in the fact that demons ruling the world would be a bad thing. And I think it's pretty decent anti-devil propaganda. Like, there's never a part in the story where the script's like, now hold on, everyone.
Now hold on.
Let's hear these guys out. But now that we're all caught up, let's go through the new episodes that I didn't cover in part 1, break down the pieces of them, and then begin to paint a picture of what's going on. Beginning with the first episode since my last analysis, Exhibition. Exhibition opens with the sound of
whenever you ask them, what's your skincare routine? They're gonna say, I wash with the same soap I use for my body. I wash my face with soap.
We then cut to an animated biblical story, something that is common throughout the series. This being the story of Noah. However, the tape changes when we begin to hear a door knocking when Noah looks up to the sky and we see text over the screen that reads Type 2 Detectable. Type 2 Detectable is the title of the false shepherd in the original Mandela catalog videos. So we can assume that Noah is being contacted by the false shepherd. We then see a picture of a young boy and girl at church before we're told that this is evidence in the Mandela County investigation. This investigation is over case 432, the investigation into the death of Mark Heathcliff.
Just use 13-in-1 body wash and shampoo combo meets.
As we know, Mark went over to Caesar's house, and while he was there,
you wash your face, you wash your body, you wash your hair, you wash your car, you wash your dog, you wash your house, you wash your child, all with the same shampoo.
That's because he was the investigator into the home invasion during Intruder Alert. So he is the one who set up the camera and saw the visuals of a corpse being tampered with. Or at the very least, he was present while that was happening. One of the items from Mark's house is a camcorder. Within the videotape of the camcorder, again this is taken from Mark's point of view before his death, we see Mark video his closet door being opened in the middle of the night. This is intercut with videos of him driving and eventually making it to a church. This seems to be the same church as the photograph shown earlier. And the fact that this is the same church, we can assume that the picture shown earlier was of Mark at a young age. Here, it seems Mark is trying to return to that church in order to find answers given his current ordeal.
Wait, I think I know what do you mean by mayonnaise? I think I saw a clip. 待って。待って。I might know what you mean. Oh, did I put this the playlist? I did. I think I know what you mean.
In a few days, I'm getting ready to get on a plane and go meet Rose, the love of my life, for the very first time.
I keep watching clips on YouTube about this.
I'm super excited because I also bought a ring, and I plan to ask Rose to marry me.
Holy
Since I met Rose, I want to look young for her. So I have been dyeing my hair, and it irritates my scalp. So I found out that mayonnaise makes it smoother and less dry. I'm self-conscious of my physical appearance because Rose is 30 years younger than me.
Mayonnaise!
Mayonnaise! Egg salad sandwich, but it really, really works. I just want to look young for Rose.
I have so many emotions. So many emotions of this man that I've seen in the TV show. How did this discover it? Did he watch a Facebook DIY video? Did someone repost it on Facebook on his page? Did he saw it on a minion? It really works. You're fucking lying to me, Rainbow. Goblin. El Goblino. You're fucking lying to me. El Goblino. You're lying to... Has anyone tried this? Mayonnaise different than Japan mayonnaise. アメリカマヨネーズ。確かに。What do they put in America mayonnaise? Raw egg. やば。Eggs 5G. Sugar. Shampoo. Homemade mayo is the only way. Do you not use egg white? Salt? Vinegar? No? Huh? Freedom. It's the taste of freedom. Anyway, back to Mandela. What the fuck?
Mandela catalog video. Way back in the times of Noah, the alternates were operating to some degree, and one managed to survive, again, due to the Ark. Shortly after the false shepherd disappears, if anyone had any doubts that this story was related to a demonic takeover, the subtitles read, 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no wonder, for Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So yeah, the false shepherd is... I could be snarky about how I was right in the first video, but I already did that, so we're just going to move on now. We're then shown the Department of Temporal Phenomena, only this time the title has been changed to say the death of Mark Heathcliff, before quickly glitching and then returning to the normal logo. This will come back later, but I think for some reason Mark is special. Like as we saw in Mandela Catalog Volume 1, thousands of children were kidnapped, and supposedly, potentially millions of people throughout history have been killed by these alternates. However, I don't think all of them were in Mark's position, where an intruder stayed in his house for supposedly several years. You'll die if you eat raw egg. So maybe there was something special about Mark, and maybe the Department of Temporal Phenomena having this logo switched over to him is an indicator of that. The Latin on the logo of Tempus Fugit and Implecti Intuitum, I know I pronounced that wrong, translates to time flies and embrace intuition. It says underneath that they were established in 1981 and then revised in 1990. This would be right before the first reported and current alternate outbreak. We don't have a lot of information on the department at this point. I don't know if they're a force of good or evil, but it seems they're in the know on what's going on, potentially before anyone else, given the times that they were established. The department has a message that warns of the effects of analog technology and says that financial compensation will not be offered to the families of victims. This shows that the alternates were a very big problem around 1992, to the degree that a US department had to issue a statement saying they would not compensate the families. And to drive that matter home, the next message mentions the television and mirror destruction order. So the alternates are such a problem around 1992 that people are now ordered to destroy their TVs and any mirrors. As we know, alternates can make first contact through televisions and potentially even through mirrors, or at the very least they can torment you through mirrors. So as we see from that message, and more evidence we'll see in a little bit, it's pretty bad. The end credits begin as the song His Truth is Marching On is heard in the background. Also, this isn't related to the analysis, but I just wanted to say, whenever I did the first Mandela catalog video, I was still figuring out the YouTube thing, and I'm still figuring out the YouTube thing, but especially so at that point. And I really loved the Mandela catalog then, and I've grown to love it even more now. It's
What's the foundation you use, my man? My brother!
I really like what Alex is doing with it. So when I made that original video, I was excited that it did so well. I was excited that Alex got traction and all of that. And then at the end credits of this video exhibition, he said special thanks to, and then my name was at the top. That was a huge deal to me at the time. I'm no expert on YouTube by any means, but I was especially novice then.
Mayonnaise.
Again, I'm still recording with an iPhone. So to see a series that I respected so much and has so much care and effort put into it, put my name as the first special thanks, was really motivating and really meant a lot. And I just want to say thank you, Alex. You don't know what that meant to me. Anyway, sappy stuff out of the way, we're moving on into the rest of the series. The next video in the upload schedule is Teaser, but I want to save that one for after Volume 2. So for now, let's jump into the Mandela Catalog Volume 2. Volume 2 opens with the sound of a phone ringing as we see two FBI wanted posters. One for Adam Murray and the other for Jonah Marshall. It says that they are
I don't choose
wanted by the
mayonnaise.
FBI for connections to the Bithorn
I
Paranormal
don't choose
Society.
mayonnaise.
And it
No,
seems
no,
the
no,
FBI
no,
wants
no,
them
no,
enough
no, no.
that they've offered a $100,000
I don't choose
reward.
mayonnaise.
The
I don't
labels
choose
of their
mayonnaise.
names then
No, no,
change
no, no, no,
to
no.
Victim 3 and Victim 4. Alright, so a few things to break down here. Victim 3 and Victim 4 is in reference to Mandela Catalog Volume 1, where we saw Mark Heathcliff and Cedric
No, no,
Torrance.
no, no, no,
They
I
were
don't choose
identified as
mayonnaise.
Victims 1 and 2. As we know, both of them succumbed to the alternate attacks. And now seeing Adam and Jonah labeled as Victims 3 and 4, we could assume that they'll have the same fate, although we'll get to that in a minute. Another thing of note is that it says the two are related to the Bithorn Paranormal Society. In the earlier Mandela Catalog videos, Bithorn County is mentioned as being a county that has been affected by alternates and is in close proximity to Mandela County. So these two are from a nearby county and a part of the Paranormal Society, something that apparently is egregious enough that the FBI wants them arrested. The phone's then picked up and it's a call between the two boys and the girl. The girl says that she's been hearing the ghostly apparitions of her dead cat and that she wants the two boys to come over and help guide her cat into the afterlife. After the initial remarks that she's hearing her dead cat, Jonah remarks that it's a cat alternate in a rather sarcastic tone. Alex's writing really begins to shine in Volume 2. And that's not to say I think it's necessarily improved, because I think the original episodes were fantastic. It's just that the material of Volume 2 and the episodes later on.
I know a VTuber who likes mayonnaise. Her name is Girl DM. Luna-chan is a big fan of mayonnaise. You should subscribe to Girl DM channel. She drinks mayonnaise. She eats mayonnaise. She lives mayonnaise. Her skin is mayonnaise. Okay.
Over 16 years after the events of Volume 1. That means it's been 16 years since the initial alternate takeover and things like the television destruction order. So Adam and Jonah have simply grown up in a world where alternates exist. So whenever Jonah casually remarks that it is a cat alternate, it both goes to the humor of the series
I don't even eat that much mayonnaise.
It's just the world they're used to. The two are hesitant about babysitting a ghost cat at first, until the girl offers them $500.
When did you collab with Girl DM? I did so many collaborations with her. She's a good friend of mine, Luna-chan.
To this girl's
Girl
home.
DM.
While sitting in
You
the
should
vehicle,
check the
the two
histories.
remark that the car won't start, and while debating their options, Jonah says that they could maybe steal another one. Before
Can you
following
believe
up,
we've been
it's not
discussing
like
about
anyone would call
mayonnaise
the cops
for
here. This
20
implies
minutes?
a couple things. For one, we know that Jonah and Adam
Have we
are
even
friends with
listened
the
to
law
this
because of
video?
their association with the Bithorn Paranormal
We did, haven't we?
Society.
What
It
did
seems
you
because of
understand,
that
Sopa?
and this line of stealing another car that the two are operating
I'm
outside
listening.
the law.
What
in
did you
more ways
learn
than
so
one.
far?
The note about it's not like anyone will call the cops here is interesting as well. In previous
waiting.
episodes of the Mandela Catalog, we see that the police are trained to not respond to any call that may have to do with an alternate. My interpretation of that line then is that the people simply do not trust the police because if you need them for an alternate encounter, they will not respond. Again, just clever world building being thrown into the dialogue. We then see a picture of Adam working on the car while wearing a Bithorn Paranormal Society jacket. Now, while it may not be a good idea to wear that jacket if you're wanted by the FBI for your association with the group, it is definitely a fantastic idea for you to wear that jacket through
Myoma
Alex's
sounds
merch
like
store,
a
which is
disease.
linked in the description. And no, he
Very
didn't
nice
ask me
people.
to do that
Thank
or know
you.
that I'm doing that. I just think they're pretty
The
cool. We
Tenma
then see from the
experience.
following photographs that the two make their way into Mandela County. In the following
Mandela
footage, we hear the
County.
two having a conversation about alternates and the nature of their existence. As they continue their journey, and eventually
can't
we get
believe
this
Tenma
shot of
dies
the
of
cross on the
Mayoma.
side of the road. Just little touches. Like
Who
that.
the hell, Steve
Fantastic.
Jobs?
When the GPS remarks that they're 10 minutes from their destination, Jonah says that that's really helpful and that they didn't have to outlaw these. I doubt his face could appear on it. So, this relates back to the TV and mirror destruction order that was mentioned back in 1992, and we see the effects of that still last up until 2009. It seems that the two had never experienced a GPS before, and Jonah's remark of his face not being able to appear on the GPS relates back to the alternates appearing on television. So it seems not only television and mirrors, but anything with a screen has been outlawed, which it almost
With
seems
the help
like
of your
maybe
cash
the bans will
donation, we
work,
can make sure that
because in
nobody
the
else dies of
conversation we heard a
Mayoma
couple
like
minutes
pot and
before,
mayonnaise.
Adam
Yes,
suggests,
we will
what
use
if
the money
alternates aren't
sent
real?
to
But given the prevalence
mayonnaise.
we saw in 1992, it would be hard
studies
for anyone to doubt their
to avoid
existence,
any more big
unless
things
the
like
bans actually
Tenma
worked
Maemi's
and made it more difficult for alternates to
Manchester.
interact with humanity. Meaning, while yeah, it does seem totalitarian that things like a GPS or TV screen are illegal, it seems to at least partially be doing the job if
Can you
alternates
believe
are
I
now
have
called
viewers
into
here who are
question. The two
trying
then
their best
finally
to
make it the
understand
house, and once they get
but
there,
when they
we
were
see that
saying
this is the
while we're
house
talking
of
about
Caesar
mayonnaise.
Torres. There was
Can you
some
believe
debate on
that?
if this was Caesar or Mark's house, so I asked Alex for a little bit of a nudge just for like clerical stuff like this, and he confirmed to me that this is Caesar's house, which means a couple things. For one, this is not the house of a girl who called earlier saying that her cat needed help passing into the afterlife. While you could say perhaps she bought it after Caesar's death some 16 years ago, the house is not lived in, indicating that it's not hers, and two, and more importantly, the house is still infested. See, whenever we left Caesar's house, that's where Mark picked up the alternate that eventually led to his
I
death.
have one
So
more
now,
until
Adam and
the
Jonah
stream,
arriving there
the
is
watch
not
along.
good. They then began their 3-day stay
I
at
don't
the
think I
house,
can
beginning with
finish
night
watching
1
this
on
video.
January.
But I wanna put another video that's relaxing so we can end the stream peacefully. I wanna eat something. There's a... 1 second, let me find it. This woman that does the cleanest well done job. Oh, let me find it.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna watch a relaxing cleaning video.
Okay, house tour. This is the hallway and
we're gonna watch a relaxing video. Okay.
And here
wow.
we have balcony.
Do you have your house like this?
I can't wait to clean these.
Excitement.
Here we have kitchen. Yes. And
I think I saw PlayStation 3.
I don't know.
No, this is not Pipa-chan's house, is it?
I like this.
No.
I really like it.
What do you mean you like it? Hi.
Katarina.
Hi, Katalina.
I clean my followers' homes.
Yeah!
Free.
Yeah! You get the triple amount of money out of these videos anyway. You don't need to get paid by them because you're using them as a way to get the money for them. But thank you for your content. I've been watching it. Yeah! Hi.
This is heaven for me. I'm going to transform this apartment like completely. If you wanna see that, please keep watching.
Stop pretending like you're being nice to this and you're doing this for free for charity. You get money out of this. But I like your videos.
This is funny.
It's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Oh god. It smells really bad.
Hi.
Oh god.
So yeah. Wow. That's my coffee.
Okay, here I have drain opener.
Kali.
This is going to burn all the organic things.
I don't live like this. I'm very cautious with my cleaning. I have a phobia of bacteria in my house. Oh my god. Ah, poo-poo! Unchi! Ah!
Did you know that you can use this?
You did not finish the explanation. Use this for what? Thank you. Wow. Are you relaxed, chat?
Voila!
Minna. Are you relaxed, community?
Now it works.
I like those smiley things. Are they good? I wanna buy those.
I'm
scared not to relax. Now this is the real creepypasta, babies. This is the real creepypasta experience. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. That's what Mama wants to see. I like that. I like that. I like that.
It smells pretty bad.
No shit, I would have
mind?
I don't mind. I would wear a mask if I were you. Ma, しょうがない。
There's some mold in there.
Holy shit! Love it! Is that my coffee? やっば。Is that spaghetti? She's whole spaghetti. She's so cute. Oh my god, that was spaghetti.
Oh god, there is a lot of toothpaste.
That's not toothpaste! You're holding a sock! That's not toothpaste! That's not toothpaste! You're holding a sock! That's not toothpaste!
I don't know what it is, but it smells good, of course. I forgot the best cleaner, and this person needs help, so this is like win-win situation. And I'm having so much fun in here. Oh my god, it's cucumber! This is so cool. It's yellow.
Banana! It became a banana.
And now it's on top of me.
Banana.
Bye, cucumber. Now it's empty.
That's a
So I can
cucumber!
walk here. Woo!
Banana. Oh, that's so cool. Where?
But I'm using so much chemicals, so I don't really smell anything. So if I'm smelling something, it's really bad.
Yeah, well, this woman has no sense of smell. So that's how the bananas are eaten. You eat the cucumber.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff.
Ristorante.
These are trash.
Pizza.
Look!
I don't wanna look! I don't wanna
This is super cute.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you mentally ill woman?
Now I'm going to
Show me the cute! Show me the fucking cute! I know. I choose the video, I know. I just like the process of cleaning. そうですね。かわいいどこだペッパー Pepper does not go that bad easily too. He was left in room temperature. Yeah, what? Bam 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 bam. Look at her go. No, you did not clean in between the. You did not clean in between. Woman, I'm gonna teach you how to clean in between the thing. You can't still see the.
It's like my name.
Ora. Ora. Oh yeah? Hi. Dum 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 dum. It's so satisfying. I know. It is relaxing to watch. It gives you more motivation to clean, I feel, no? Oh, いい子さん、いい子だね。ナイス。私も。ダン。I want to throw up, thanks, Tenma. You said you love this, folks. You are welcome.
And there's a lot of dried grease on there, so I'm just gonna scrape it.
That's a very nice kitchen.
This is really common problem in a household.
Wow. I wanna buy those. Where do I find those online? The sponge, it's cute. Kirei! Oh, nice! Itadakimasu. I know people that would be like take away the front part of this and be like spread on so they would throw away this part, the top part, and say still delicious and eat it still. I know people that would do that. I know. My grandpa did that. Is your grandpa alive still? Edamame hungry. Edamame puchi. Oh, 少し. Is their name Pipa? No, I don't think that's Pipa. Yamete. No, that's not Pipa. すげえ. You can't see it from this, the color. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, is that juice? Wait, can I see the expiration? Is this 11? Is this 2011? I think that's an 11. Oh, you can't see it. Wait, can I move it? Is this juice from 2000? No, it's from 21st. This is from 21st. The juice. Or is it 11? No, that's a 2. So, that means 1-year-old juice. I see. This sauce, you can see the black spots in it. I see. I can see this vegetable dead. These wine. It's wine. Yatta. Wine. Yummy. And then Jesus said, "Let it be wine." You may now drink. This is a kanpai. Wow. I like this. This is so cute. I wanna buy this. I only have this type, but not this. This is so cute. I only have like this, not with this. Katerina, tell me, where do you buy your gloves? It's so cute. I want. よし。まあ、そろそろ終わりです。終わりでした。How do you feel about talking about エルマオズ? I feel great. We talked about so much エルマオ. It's crazy. Can you believe it? Oh, 1 second. I'm checking something. Wait. I got the message, maybe? Oh, in 9 hours? 6? Wait, let me check. Really? Oh, maybe it's on Tsunderia channel? Wait. We gotta have a release! Wait, how do I... And it sounds so good, so I'm excited. You like Deep Voice Me-chan? Deep Voice Me-chan, I actually used in this cover. So I'm sure you like it a lot. Wait, let me find the image. Add source. 짜잔! Tsundere face connect medley! Wow! We're gonna have a cover song. What's gonna be a really good song? I listened to it so many times. It's unbelievable. Everyone's talented into it. And it's gonna be in 7 hours. No? Yeah, in 7 hours. 6.5 hours. I'm gonna... Bossa Nova, yes! Let me just... I'm gonna spam the... I'm just gonna... Yeah! Banned! I'm banned on my own channel for spamming. Hi. So I'm excited for that. Everyone's singing beautifully. Where should I put this? I'm gonna put you right here. I listened to the final thing, and it's been done a month and a half ago. So I'm really excited to finally have it posted. Yeah. 大丈夫よ、大丈夫。So that's gonna be exciting. Other announcement I don't really have. Oh! I'm waiting for... let me check if there's any more member. Oh! Lumi-chan is sleeping or streaming. So I'm gonna raid Lumi-chan, and in 40 minutes in Discord, official Discord, we're gonna have a movie watch along if you would like to see. I'm gonna watch Hellboy. So that's exciting. And 9 PM PGT, I'm streaming here again. Binding Isaac. We're gonna do Tainted, what's his name? The one with the coins. Hi. Kane, thank you. So we're gonna do Tainted Kane. And the raid message should be... this, maybe? And if you do not have the access to the emote, this is okay. This is also okay. Wait, this. Any of these two, it's okay with me, okay? So, thank you for coming to today guerrilla stream. Arumu-san, thank you. And I was not expecting anyone to come watch me for sudden announcement, so that's fun. まあ、今日の配信ね、終わりました。お疲れ様でした。お疲れ。そして、おつきつみんな。またねー。